Okay. Looks like we got a full house in here tonight, guys. We got CK's up in the house, John's in the house, Dirk's in the house, and I'm getting ready to add these boys. And you can see part of Steve here.
Get Steve's ass in here too. Motherfucker, I'm sorry ass.
Good Lord. Okay. So
tell him to quit being a pussy. He doesn't need to go to bed at 6 o'clock. Jeez.
So
hey, man.
What's up?
How y'all doing?
Hey guys. Are you gonna be in here? Or are you gonna do something with these dogs? Well, let's not be kicking them. No.
Steve don't ever invite anybody on his show. That's why nobody likes it.
Oh, Sammy's getting upset.
Getting crazy.
Sorry for all the noise. He gets them stirred up and then he goes away. Hey, Wes has actually got a copy of it.
Yeah, I don't fool around with streaming stuff. I don't believe it. Especially when it comes to the old school.
Dirk's got his Blu-ray.
You want to hear something? This is a total code red move, guys, because I was opening this for the first time today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they re-released it with the slipcover. The very first time I ever saw a sealed slipcover, and then I opened it up, and then the inner case was sealed too. So all they did, they had a big warehouse full of these damn things, and they just put a slipcover over it.
Wow. That sounds like them.
So I guess me and John are the only ones streaming, I guess. I've got it up on YouTube. And by the way, I'll put that link in the chat for anybody that wants to.
The Shudder one looks really dark.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it looks like really dark. I don't know if it's my monitor or what, but it doesn't look very bright at all. So, I don't know.
So for anybody that needs that link, I just put it in the chat.
Doing this on a PS4.
Nice.
PS4.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Darren. Darren, are you gonna get on here? You know, Wes is gonna tease you if you get on here audio only, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Sure, you wouldn't.
So I got these today, and it's got Dolby Atmos on it, but it's a Blu-ray. It's not. Why did they not just do 4Ks for this? I don't understand.
They will later.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
I think whenever his contract is up with Wells Fargo, or whatever the hell the company is, I've never.
Go Well USA.
yeah, they'll go or something.
Lord.
He's going to be. I'd say they'll be doing like some special editions with like Vinegar Syndrome or somebody like that. Arrow, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Darren's gonna be on. He asked me to send him the link, so I have sent him the
I'm
link.
gonna send you all the sex hell.
Sex hell? What the fuck is that?
Sex
Why don't you just tell Steve to get raped by an angel or whatever the hell that movie is he was watching.
Get this, there's a movie called Rape Man also. I kid
Damn
you.
it.
Rape Man, the Steve Benningfield story.
Oh God.
I like Rape Man too.
Damn it.
Stop, please.
Rape man.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh God.
I got too many dogs up in this house, I'll tell you.
I never seen that one.
This is Darcy. We haven't had her too awfully long. About a year, ain't we, Steve?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Oh damn.
Hey, Raped by an Angel is a Cat 3 film.
Damn it.
It is.
Hey, Darren's
Darren.
in my house and he's on video.
Oh, he's getting on camera, boss.
Yeah, I thought I would show my face for once.
All right.
How's
Another
things
time
anyway?
it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, ain't it?
Yeah, what time is it over there?
It's 11, so it's not
Oh,
too
okay.
bad.
That's early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
too-
early
not too
yet.
bad.
Yeah, 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know if people want to see my ass either.
Oh god, yeah, you don't want to see me at 2 a.m.
I
Me neither.
usually
I'm
won't be
asleep
up
at 2 a.m.
but
I'm like Steve at 2 a.m.
there's a lot of noise going on back here. Like I always say, when Steve's doing them, I try to keep the noise to a minimum. When I do these things, like there's dogs running all over the place, there's all kinds of things. You want me to send you the link? You're gonna be on here. All right. I guess you guys are gonna get your wish. Steve.
Till he gets a little sleepy and then he's got to go Betty by.
6:30.
I think old Curly George is coming on later, but he's working for a bit, so
Ah, gotcha.
should be fun.
He's always a blast.
Yeah.
Steve, I just sent that to you on Messenger, okay? He's got to get his shit hooked up, I tell you.
I gotta get my shit in.
That's
Is it?
unprofessional.
Everybody
So
seen
how's
this?
everyone watching this one then? Sorry.
Has everybody seen this one before?
I have not.
I have.
Oh
Never
shit.
seen it.
You're in for a ride, man. You
It's-
can't make
it's
movies
something.
like this anymore.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
wild.
unless I completely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a couple of names, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Maybe we'll see.
I'm horrible with names, man. I really am. I just-
Oh, TJ's in here just to say hello. He's getting ready to go see Fabio Fritzi, the lucky dog.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Enjoy.
Fabio.
Huh?
He's the seeing the regular Fabio.
No, he's not.
Fat
The model Fabio.
shit.
Oh.
Dirk, y'all are on late at night on Saturdays. Y'all's crew. I see y'all on. It's like
Oh,
I'll get
yeah.
on there before I go to bed. It's like 12:30. I'm like, man, I
Yeah.
would do it. I'm like, I go to sleep.
All
Fall
right,
asleep like
guys.
midnight.
I'm getting ready to add Steve here. Look out.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Captain Quarters
Got some
himself.
echoes.
Echo through the tulips. Boom, boom,
Yeah, we stay on pretty late, man. Especially them damn
boom,
them streams we've been doing lately. It's crazy.
boom.
How about you use my headset with the microphone?
Like 5-hour streams.
Damn.
Are you gonna echo like that all the time?
2 hours about my max. I can't go any further than that.
Boom.
Well, it's a damn, there's 5 people, and everybody's got 5 movies. So it's like
I'll try it. Give me your
top
money.
5.
That's
each.
true. I mean, yeah, it probably would take a while.
Yeah.
It's laying
Plus
over
the
there.
chat, you know. It's-
I'm giving Steve my microphone.
I
Jeez.
thought I said mute.
Gosh, do something that's driving
That's
me
some
crazy.
reverb going on there.
Ah.
Y'all need to sing.
You got 2 angles going with Steve.
Oh,
Is anybody watching this on the YouTube link?
I am.
Yeah, that's all I've got. I haven't got.
I've got the Blu-ray disc. I just
Yeah.
opened it.
I do have the Blu-ray.
good.
Steve got me the Blu-ray, but
I've been meaning
seen
to
it.
check that one up.
Yeah, it was on one of the Kino
Yeah.
sales.
Yeah.
I didn't get a
Recently.
slip.
I think it's about 25 in the.
Really?
25.
Yeah. I didn't
They
get
may
one.
have run out of them or whatever.
Hmm.
I don't know.
so for those of you that have seen it already at least once, what do you think of it? Just
Oh, I think
the
it's awesome.
cursory thoughts.
Yeah, I love this damn movie, man.
That's pretty
Bad
good.
shit crazy.
I first
What
saw
year is
on,
this? Like 80? It says 82. Is that right?
Right?
I think so. 82 or something, yeah.
I did see the director of this movie also directed Bewitched, right? The TV series.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
That's
didn't
just
know.
bizarre.
Oh yeah, I
Wow.
think so. I believe so.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that though. Damn, after watching this is nothing like Bewitched.
No.
Doesn't remind you of Bewitched at all.
No, hell no.
Steve, you're muted.
The lady in this is in what's it, Angel or Avenging Angel? The exploitation movie?
Raped by an Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen
knew-
this about
I
10
know
years ago and I can't remember a thing about it. Sorry.
It's got the chick
Am I
from
on a delay?
Newhart. Newhart's in it.
Susan
Well,
Terrell,
now
that's
you're
her name,
echoing
yeah.
again, Steve. You may have to pick the microphone from the headset, the spearhead microphone.
Y'all seen
Can
the
anybody
reverse,
hear me okay?
That's the reverse part. Did y'all check
Yeah,
that out?
I hear you, Darren.
Is it on a delay at all? Do you
Reverse
know?
Doesn't
The
seem
reverse
to
art
be.
looks better than me.
There we go.
Okay.
Right.
I don't
Maybe
like
where
that
you
title.
guys are in the same.
I don't know. I'm still hearing some echo, Steve.
Huh.
What's the name of this thing?
Jimi Hendrix coming on. Jimi Hendrix about to tear it up.
About to bust it out. Yeah.
Hello. 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 Is that better?
I don't know. You're still echoing, Steve.
You guys probably
Hurry.
just need to share a microphone like you did the Euro Cult thing. That'd probably be the easiest way to do it. Unless you just don't want Steve anywhere near you, Dana. Which
Oh, I
understand.
don't care, but
Y'all are in the same room, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
I'll leave. Bye.
He's pissed now.
Steve, you can come over here and be on my microphone.
I turned it back. I thought I could get back on, but I couldn't.
Oh, I can add you back. You're still there.
Okay.
I'll talk politely. What
Okay.
are we doing? What's going on?
Well,
Butcher
I can
Baker,
hear
Nightmare
stuff from
Maker.
back there. Is it
Hell of a
because
title,
you
ain't it?
got your laptop on there?
I
It's
know.
memorable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Never mind.
Are
But
we
it's
playing the movie?
I didn't know what the
started?
hell I was getting into.
no,
Johnny's
you
Boutique.
haven't.
Johnny, he recommended this shit. He's like, man, you got to get that. And I said, all right, I'm gonna check it out. I'm glad he did.
Sorry, guys. It's like there's super echo coming from me and coming from Steve and everything else. So I don't know what we're gonna do with him.
I know what I'm gonna do.
What?
Going yonder.
I don't hear no echo
I'm
now.
not hearing an echo now.
It's okay now.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, sounds good to me as well.
okay. I guess only maybe I'm hearing it or something. I don't know. I don't know if
It
that's
may be where Steve is in there with you, and you're hearing the
Double
a slight delay, and then him live. I'm pretty sure is what it is.
maybe. Okay, I'll just
Yeah.
have to deal with
all
it.
the way live.
Hmm.
Okay. So anyway, I'm hearing mine too. I'm hearing mine echoing, I guess, off of his too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
crazy.
Just tell his ass to wheel over beside of you. You ought to share a microphone. Fuck.
He won't do it.
All right. Gosh.
Hell, y'all are a married couple. What the hell? I mean, I understand. You know, you've been married a while, so I know how it is.
We've been married 9 years.
Long.
Hell yeah. Good deal.
Congratulations. I'm not that. I'm about 7, almost 7 years.
7? Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, I didn't think you and Sarah had been married that long already.
Yeah, I've survived that long. So.
Yeah, I'm 7 years too.
7.
Mm. Yup.
3 years here with my wife.
Oh, but
y'all
Dirk's
still
his
newlyweds.
marriage is still in its infancy.
Well, we were together. We've been together since 2016.
I've only been observing my marriage vows for 3 years, so.
Stop that.
I think I'm the only sensible one here then who's single.
Yeah, Darren, you're the only one with sense.
You're smart.
Yeah.
Darren's probably the richest one of us all, too.
I
Probably.
won't go off that.
Oh, good Lord. I got dogs all over. We're dog poor around this house.
I figure we could do a double feature, Dane. Later, we could put this one on.
Oh, shit.
Good shit.
God, I can't get through 10 minutes of that.
What you should watch is the Bollywood Evil Dead that
Oh,
we watched
Lord.
the other, a
That's
couple weeks ago.
crazy. But it's still better than that bloody, what is it, bloody muscle bodybuilder, whatever the heck.
Oh, they ain't nothing
Hell.
better than that.
From hell.
Oh, you didn't like that neither? The
I thought it was just like crazy fun to watch, but it looked awful though. It was like I couldn't believe Steve paid what he did for it.
Yeah.
It's like $30 or something on it.
I got stickers though. Got stickers with it. So
Oh, that's right. You
that
did get
offsets
stickers.
and also the movie's only an hour and 2 minutes long. So
Hour and 2 minutes. Wow.
yeah, something
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
It's pretty short, but you get some extras. But I don't know if it's.
I'll
worth
tell
it.
you one Steve needs to get right now is the Terror Squad. I got a review coming up for that.
Oh, yeah.
Filmed in was it Ohio or Indiana?
Kokomo, Indiana.
Yeah, Kokomo.
That's
Yeah.
in Phil's
That's,
area.
yeah,
there.
Phil Pines area.
That's Phil Pine's hometown, actually. I
Oh, he's
messaged
probably
him when I
in
was
it.
watching. I was like, "You're from fucking Kokomo, Indiana, right?" I was like, yeah, this is the one movie I guess that was shot there.
Oh, Lord.
It's
Hey,
hilariously bad though.
I'm liking Dirk's Michael Myers standee behind him. That's awesome.
I appreciate it. My son got me that
That's cool.
1 year.
And that's old school Michael Myers there. That ain't none of this
Yeah,
new
that's
stuff.
81.
Mm-hmm.
Shit,
Nice.
I didn't know they made standees back then. I posted a video of one that was supposed to be a lobby, like a lobby standee from Friday the 13th Part 3.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it's legit or somebody just made it, but it's badass. Like I'd never seen it before.
Well, I think I'll just bring this up because I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything in case people haven't seen it. But would you stop? Put my waiter opener away. Steve and I did go this afternoon after I got off from work and watched Pearl today. And I highly recommend it. I mean, I don't know if Steve liked it as well as I did. Steve, come on.
How many gummies has Steve had?
I hope none. But he may have had some. I don't know. He had a hard seltzer.
It was super hard.
Get your
Rain
White Claw.
rubber hard seltzer.
God.
Yeah, I'm hearing mixed things on. Well, I'm hearing mostly positive shit on Pearl, but I'm hearing a couple people I know. They're like, "Man, just wait, just stream it." I'm like,
Well, I think that's what Steve wanted to do, but I just wanted to get out and go to the movies. So
It'll probably be available on streaming within a couple weeks.
yeah.
It's like anything else
Probably.
recently.
I'm just hearing it's not as good as X. You know?
No.
But then
yeah,
other
I
people
would say X is better. But
Some people are saying it's better than X. So you never know.
Well,
in my opinion, not better than X, but it was a decent watch, though.
The next one's going to be from the 1985 or something like that, though. So that one possibly could be the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And on John's suggestion, I believe it was John's suggestion, I got on Paul Bearer Press and ordered the Rocktober Blood vinyl.
Yeah.
It's a reissue, not original, but I'm still looking forward to getting it.
I've never seen an original of that anywhere. I've looked.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they exist, but I look on eBay a lot, and it's never on there.
If you don't mind spending about $35, you can get it from Paul Bearer Press. So.
What is it now?
Rocktober Blood on vinyl.
There was legit ones on eBay for a while. I think like the son of the director was selling them or something like that.
I got you.
But he probably sold out of them. This was back when remember when that Blu-ray came out, like, and they ripped everybody off.
I'm glad I didn't get that now.
It was around that same time. So yeah, I mean there are legit ones, but they're probably not very many. And I'd say they're all gone now, the ones that the director or the director's kid had.
I think that was Ben Sebastian who played the security guy for the band, or for the Headmistress band, the second band.
He was son of the Sebastians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wasn't in. The Sorcery Band is in the movie, but the bassist is the guy with the puffy hair. I recognize him because he's in Stunt Rock. They're like in both of them, but. Yeah, that's a weird band. Like that, you would have thought that band would have been bigger, like for their music, but they just never made it in the U.S. for whatever reason, you know.
Yeah, I mean the music is. I think the music's as good as anything.
Do you have the
from that time period that I've heard?
Trick or Treat soundtrack, Dana? The '86 Trick or Treat soundtrack.
No, I wish I did.
Get Steve to take you around some record stores in the area because they just re-released. I mean, it's limited.
Yeah, I was hearing about that.
But you can get them for I got mine for like $35.
Nice.
But here's the key: getting Steve to go out and take me somewhere. I was lucky to get him to take me to see Pearl.
Bribe him with some gummies or a movie or something.
I don't know if I could bribe him with anything.
I got this today. That's like the first toy I've gotten in like ages.
Oh, that's cool. I've got a Evil Dead one.
Yeah.
I've got an Ash one.
I told myself I would not get into this shit again, and I was like, it was $12.
It's difficult. Some stuff is very hard to say no to. Like Fright Rags did those mini masks from
I saw
Halloween
those.
3.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't delay a second. I bought, I mean, it was like, it ended up being like $70 after shipping and shit.
Steve's headed out, guys, I guess. He was just for a limited
hell, that
time
didn't
only.
last long.
Well, damn. Captain's gone.
Yeah, sorry, guys. He probably doesn't want to sit and watch Butcher Baker.
Yeah, he'd rather watch the Rape Squad or whatever it is.
He was watching the One-Armed Avenger just a little bit earlier.
What?
I think that's what it was called.
Hell yeah.
One-Armed Avenger.
Hey, CK, what's your thoughts on Cemetery Man?
It's been a while since I've seen it. I remember liking it, but I think it was like Anchor Bay that did the DVD in the U.S., and I hadn't seen it until that DVD came out, and everybody was hyping it up so big because that was like one of the last Euro horror classics that they did before they kind of changed. I remember liking it, though. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it. It's never seen a Blu-ray release, has it?
Not that I believe of, no. And that DVD release is not that great, to be honest. I was watching it earlier.
No, the transfer I watched wasn't bad, but it's not physical streaming.
Wonder what the deal is with that. Why is it not out?
I
don't know. I think Michael Felcher did the actual liner notes, didn't he, in that old release? So I was reading them as well. But it's been that long. I think it's like 2006, something like that.
Funny thing is, Cemetery Man was the very first Anchor Bay screener that we ever got. Deadpan back in the day.
Wow.
That's a
whatever
fun
year
one,
that came out. Yeah, that was the very first one. It was a pretty good one.
I like him better than Bruce Campbell or Rupert Everett.
Damn, Dirk.
I certainly got like Evil Dead vibes off it, off the film, right?
For
Yeah.
sure, no doubt.
Rupert Everett, I mean, he kind of did a lot of romantic comedies too, didn't he? That's what I remember him from.
I
all
just
those,
thought, I was like,
90s movies.
Yeah, in that movie, man, he's
I get
great.
him mixed up with another actor. Is he the same guy that was in the American Werewolf in Paris movie? Or is that somebody else?
That's somebody else, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know who that one is.
He
I
looks
get
like
those two
Bruce
guys
Campbell,
mixed up.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they look about the same.
that's the guy that was on that thing you do that was on American Werewolf in Paris. So I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it is a different
Yeah.
guy.
I fucking
Okay.
hated that movie, man.
You don't like that thing? You weren't a fan of the Oneaters?
I'm talking about the Paris movie, American Werewolf.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't like that
Yeah, I
shit
don't
at
think
all. Horrible CGI.
Oh yeah.
How in the hell is there a 4K release of that?
There what?
Yeah, over in
Oh
Germany,
my
I think.
God.
Yeah, there's a 4K release of it.
Mm-mm.
Damn
Those
shame.
Germans must just love it or something. I don't know.
Well, guys, I think we'll go ahead. I mean, we can BS through this watch along too. I'm not saying that we gotta like stay strictly with the movie. I know I was on with Wes and Aaron last night, and we did the Child's Play 2 watch along. We kind of strayed off the path.
Yeah, we was talking about music and Elton John.
Some of everything.
We did everything.
So I'm not strict about that. Just like I don't demand that people be on camera if they don't want to be, and
I'm gonna start demanding it though because
you're gonna
I think people on our streams they fuck with us. So
well, I think that one guy did.
yeah. So buddy, you got to show your face next time.
I mean, I'm not meaning to talk about anybody or anything, but and I hope that guy doesn't hear this. But I thought he was kind of annoying. He got where he wouldn't stop talking there for a little bit.
Which guy are you talking about?
I even forgot what his screen name was, and Wes probably don't want to say.
You're not talking about Robert Long.
No, not Robert Long.
Oh, okay.
No, I think she was talking about somebody that was actually in the when we did the round table. He was actually on screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That guy. Oh yeah.
Oh right, I know.
Yeah.
I legit can't remember his name anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah.
You could probably do process of elimination because there were a lot of regulars on there, and this guy wasn't a regular. So I think John was on there that night. So
yeah, that was the guy that was on off camera. He just kept talking. Yeah. I was like, who is this guy? Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do the 3, 2, 1 here in just a second. I've got mine. Of course, I'm using the YouTube link, and it's the opening shot where it's got the title Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker on there.
Yeah.
And Susan Terrell, crazy ass Susan Terrell is on here.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm gonna just press play when you tell me.
All right, so we're gonna do 3, 2, 1. And press play. And I've got my audio muted because I think I've seen this movie enough to know what they're saying pretty much.
There's probably not subtitles on this though.
That's what I'm seeing on mine. It's not
because it is code red.
I've got it on YouTube, but sometimes those subtitles that are on there are not real good.
Damn.
God, this print on YouTube looks really nice.
Yeah, it does, at least on my computer.
This transfer is not bad. I mean,
the Shutter one looks all right. It's a little dark, but I mean, it looks HD, I guess.
Oh my God, that look Susan Terrell gives right there where it fades.
Susan Terrell looks like your mom.
She does not look like my mom. God. Okay. So I don't know if Darren's got this, but I'm going to hit skip ads because
I've just had the ads come on there.
It's going to be hard as hell to follow without no subtitles.
Oh, shit. I forgot Bose Fenson's on this.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Bose Fenson, yeah.
I don't know. You probably be able to figure it out.
Where are you all at? What's the number on it? My screen screwed up
Let's
here.
see. I'm at 124. 1 minute 26 seconds.
I'm at 1:30. Yeah, I'm a little ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little behind.
Yeah,
by
we're close enough,
1:15.
I think.
I'm
Yeah, it's
139.
fine.
Yeah.
And the this is like a way to kick off this movie with a bang. This car accident here.
Yeah, like,
Damn good stunt driving
That's
right
some
there.
crazy ass driving, yeah.
they've had like 2 minutes to
That was the
correct the
thing back
car.
then, the stunt drivers. I mean, they didn't get paid shit, and I mean the stunt guys, but
Yeah. No, there's
they had to
some.
go through a hell of a lot more than they do now.
No doubt.
Damn.
Ugh.
That was brutal.
Here we go.
That's what I think of every time I'm driving behind one of them damn trucks. I'm thinking of Final Destination too, though.
Right. Yeah.
And like it just keeps getting worse because I mean she's still alive.
Right.
And it still just keeps going.
Damn.
This is like watching it for the first time because I haven't seen it for so long. It's been like 15 years, something like that.
She should have just jumped out the car. Good Lord.
Did this one come out on DVD or anything? Or
Yeah, actually, Steve got me the DVD first, and then when the Blu-ray came out, he got me that.
was it Code Red that did the DVD on it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that DVD was out of print for years.
So is Night Warning? Is that the
Yeah, that's
title?
the other title for
I
it.
know. Is that the European title?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
You know, Darren?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think the VHS, the UK VHS is called that. So yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna get the introduction to Christy McNichol's brother here, Jimmy McNichol. And all this stuff with Susan Terrell playing his aunt is just so cringy. It's like, ugh.
Did y'all ever watch Bates Motel, that new Norman Bates show?
I watched the first season.
Yeah.
A little bit of it.
She kind of, I don't know, when I watched this, I kind of thought that she could play Norma Bates, like the way she acts. Kind of reminds me of that. Just that crazy mom type.
What's her name from Conjuring? I can't think of her name.
Oh, yeah. I forget her name, too. Vermiga or something?
Yeah.
Vera Farmiga. There you go.
Yeah.
My favorite Bates Motel is still that old TV movie that they did back in the 80s.
I haven't seen that one. I've heard about it.
I don't know if I've seen that either.
Yeah.
I think I got that on like a rip of it.
It's nostalgia for me. It's not very good, but I think, yeah, you should check it out for sure.
It was a plot for a TV show.
Steve, why don't you sit back down and join us again?
It's your thing.
He's just going to run up and say something every once in a while.
Yeah, that's Steve.
Some drive-by information.
He's got a problem.
Yeah. She's so damn. Damn it. She is.
Alan J. Gluckman. What a name.
Yeah.
The cheese done slid off her cracker a long time ago.
Oh.
The opening credits and stuff of this, it seems like a TV show or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's her nephew, by the way. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah, isn't there like an incest undercurrent to this?
Is it set in Kentucky or? If so, that's totally believable.
I can't remember where the hell they're at.
Are they in California supposedly on this?
Do they sell legit dartboards anymore? I haven't seen one.
I don't
always
think
see
I've
them bullshit ones with the plastic darts.
Right.
Yeah.
With the
Maybe
dots
Hobby Lobby.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They do in the UK because it's like a massive sport in the UK. That
Right. Yeah.
on TV, all the time.
She's got some pickled, what the hell is that?
Pickled eggs, man.
Yeah, it looks like it, but she's got some other things too there.
Ugh.
She don't want him drinking out of the carton.
He looks like one of those kids on. You guys remember You Can't Do That on Television back in the
Yeah.
day? But
I do remember that shit.
he looks just like somebody that's getting ready to get slimed.
Yeah.
I guess it's the hairdo.
You got the
He's
feather
got the hair over the ears. So,
It's all feathered.
Yeah.
What the shit?
and I had another ad here, so hopefully I can.
Oh, this music is hilarious. I just turned this up a little bit. It's like I don't know what they're going for with this.
He's got him a mini bike or something. Trail bike, maybe.
Y'all can't hear
I
that,
guess
can
it's a mini bike.
I don't guess y'all can hear that.
I think you'd probably be fine with Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, but if it's like a mainstream movie, the technology that YouTube has, like it can immediately shut the stream down and shit.
You know what I thought the first time I watched this till I saw the girl with the camera. I thought there was something wrong with the film because it was like it kept pausing.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Oh, is that Bill Paxton? I forgot he's in this.
Yeah, Bill Paxton is in this.
Random. I forgot all about that.
Very briefly, I bet, huh? He's like a background.
Well, he's kind of an asshole on here. Picks on Jimmy McNichol quite a bit.
He's turned up in quite a few slashes from the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in, when he in Mortuary?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a new wave band too. I've never heard it, but him and some other guy, they had a couple albums.
Huh.
Yeah. I forget the name of it, but it was like mid 80s when they were doing it.
I hate that style of shirts where the guys like seem to cut their shirt off at like the midriff level. I don't like that.
What do they call those anyway? I don't.
I don't even remember.
It's shit, man. Shit.
I always hated those socks too that had the stripes and shit on them.
Yeah.
I can't believe anybody ever thought that was like.
All those tube
So that
socks.
shit was cool.
Yeah.
Steve used
I'm
to
at
tell me.
9:20. I don't know where y'all at.
Let's see, 9:12, 9:13.
All right, let me
I'm
follow.
a little bit behind.
9:10, so not too far.
9:30, yeah.
Okay.
Steve, I was going to say that about those tube socks and stuff. Steve told me he used to go to the roller rink and he'd have shorts and tube socks on, and he'd be roller skating.
Damn shorts.
Nothing else.
Shorts be so high up, so much of shit be falling out.
I remember back in gym, like if you didn't wear shorts, the gym coach, he'd make you like wear the shared gym shorts in the locker room, and they were like Daisy Dukes or something. Like
Oh, God.
they rode way up on you. It was horrible. Whoever had to wear those was awful.
Well, that's kind of
you had
coming
to
back in
dress out
style,
in
it seems
gym.
like.
Yeah, I don't think a movie like this will get made now.
No, not a chance.
No.
There's too much taboo stuff in it.
Yeah,
I
some of the shit that's said mainly.
Not PC at all.
But people times were different back then, though, really. I mean, you'd get away with a lot, and it wasn't even really looked at any sort of way. But now, it just seems like now everybody gets so offended at everything.
Yeah.
Can't really say anything anymore.
Yeah, like they're coming after Metallica recently. You know.
What did they come after them for?
Hetfield had, when he was drunk, he'd said some, racist stuff back in the day or whatever. But
I remember
30 years ago or something, wasn't it?
yeah, but I mean, if you put a camera on every person in the world 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
There's
For
gonna be
real.
some-
I
Yeah.
mean,
there's gonna be something.
Everyone
What's
will be
like
cancelled.
I remember there was like one of those behind the music things. Y'all remember those behind the music things on VH1?
all of
There
those
was
Yeah.
one
shows,
about Jefferson Airplane, and they were showing Grace Slick drunk off her ass in Germany, calling them a bunch of Nazis and stuff like that. I think she took some heat for that, but
Can you imagine some of the shit Dave Mustaine has said over the years as well?
Oh, yeah.
God.
Crazy.
Looks like there was some boy that Sarah was watching on American Idol, and he posted something on Snapchat where he was dressed like one of the underwear head dude from The Strangers, and he got kicked off of the show for that.
oh my gosh.
What the hell?
Like it was some sort of racist thing or whatever. And I'm like, what? It's fucking Snapchat when he was like 14 years old or something.
Right.
You know?
And like people trying to, cancel culture on the Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
God.
It's whatever.
Oh, Susan Terrell's going ape again.
I looked her up because I was like, there's something I definitely remember her from. And if it's what I think it is, then it's hilarious.
She's funny as hell in this. She really is.
What, like, it was Big Top Pee Wee. She was like the little,
Oh yeah.
Chris Christopherson's wife or whatever. It's like
I
a little
think
pint
so.
size. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I hadn't seen that movie in so long. Oh, God.
She got some preserves.
Yeah.
She looks crazy though, doesn't she? Just by looking at her.
My grandma
Some
used to do that
beets,
too.
some eggs, some pig's feet,
Mm.
some good eating, boss.
My granny used to do a lot of canning, but she didn't like have pickled eggs or anything. It was like green beans and corn and stuff like that.
You don't like pickled eggs, Dana?
I don't think I've ever tried them actually.
Oh, I love pickled eggs now.
Oh, I think this is where she's got the shrine or something.
Is she wearing a wig?
It looks like
It
it, don't it?
It looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like it to me.
Yeah.
She's just a little too friendly with her nephew.
Jimmy McNichol looks like, see that scratch or whatever on his back? He looks like he's been having sex with some chick. She's been scraping his back or something. I just keep looking at that.
Got
So
a
was his
Queen
sister
Abdul
in a
Jabbar
film?
poster.
His sister in the film Little Angels or something like that.
Little Darlings, Christy
Little
McNichol.
Darlings, that's it, yeah. And she was on Starsky and Hutch as well, if I remember rightly.
I think so, yeah.
I was looking him up on Wikipedia. His picture on Wikipedia looks like he's posing in front of like Italy or something. Jimmy McNichol, y'all should go look it up. He's definitely older. It's something like 2011.
She says she wants that Roto-Rooter come over. Man, she looks familiar too, man. I can't figure out what other movies she's been in. That blonde. Are y'all where I'm at?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
his girlfriend, I think she was on, wasn't she on the Bob Newhart show?
I don't know.
Bob Newhart. She
remember
looks
that
like that
show.
girl. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I think it is her. I'm looking her up on Julia Duffy.
I need two monitors. I've gotten to where I just don't have room for them. But
She was on Designing Women as well.
Oh, Designing Women, the original Dixie Carter before
Yeah.
TNA.
Dude, for years I was thinking that was the same damn Dixie Carter. I swear to God.
Yeah.
But no, it was just
She getting all dolled up. Oh,
I tell you, you can't fix crazy with makeup and a new
Look
hairdo, though.
this is where shit gets a little nuts.
the hell kind of motorcycle is that?
It's Brody's TV.
Yeah. Look.
That's one crazy bitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's vicious.
Well,
Uh-oh. There you go.
You don't turn Susan Tyrrell down when she wants sex,
Yeah, she
because you'll
wants
end up dead.
Oh shit.
damn.
Oh, and the neighbors are bringing a cake for Jimmy McNichol's birthday.
Yeah. Now she's saying he tried to rape her and yeah.
Mhm. They're bringing the cake in like, yeah, it's a party.
A nice surprise.
It looks like a young Angela Lansbury, that woman does. Jan DeBont was the cinematographer on this movie for 1 week.
Oh, yeah, I
What?
forgot about that.
Wow.
I was just reading some stuff. That's bizarre. He shot the decapitation scene.
And the when the cops show up and Bo Svensson is here, the guy with him, this guy in the suit and tie and everything, that is the guy that owned the toy store on Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I thought I recognised his face.
Man.
It is. That's funny. He's also the dad in Weird Science. The guy that's like, who the hell is Gary? Where they're like, it's your son. It's your 17-year-old boy. I'm bad about some of these character actor names. I don't ever remember them.
Oh yeah, I recognize their face. So I have to go on IMDb and be like, what else were they in?
It's like that guy who's in all the Carpenter movies. And he was in Back to the Future. He played the bum.
Yeah.
I forget his
Yeah.
name, but
He was in They Live.
Oh, you talking about Buck Flower?
yeah, Buck Flowers. I can't remember his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad like that.
He
too.
played
I
like a
don't-
homeless man in almost every movie he was ever in. I think
Right.
he was when he
Oh,
was
he's in loads of
Wishmaster or
films.
whatever as well. He was like a bum in that too.
Oh yeah.
Been a long time since I've seen Wishmaster.
Bo Svensson here, like this character wouldn't be able to be in any movies now.
No, hell no.
I can't see him and not think of the Walking Tall movies, the sequel.
So Dana, how would you rate this film then? to put it up as one of your favorites?
I don't know. This one, I mean, I like it, but I would say it's probably middle of the road for me. It's not like a horribly awful movie, but
Right.
it's not one of the best either. It's just somewhere in the middle for me. I swear these neighbors look like they just come from a country western dance.
Especially
I'm
the
wondering
guy.
where they're at. I'm kind of thinking. I don't know, man. Colorado, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. It was filmed in L.A., but it does look like something a little more country western.
And I love it how the women are sitting there with blood all over them and like
Yeah, just
nobody's even saying maybe y'all want to get cleaned up.
yeah, clean that shit up. You know, get that shit off you.
They always do pretty well with making L.A. look not like L.A. in some of these movies,
Right.
because it's not. It's like they just hide the big shots and stuff. Like at Halloween, I've been at those locations, and it's kind of funny because you'll see the streets, and if you just kind of look a little bit farther out, you see the mountains.
Yeah.
So the way they shot it is they shot it like lower, I guess, and wide.
Right.
But it's weird.
I think you saw like trees that were obviously would not be in Illinois if you were looking really hard, but you had to be looking hard when you watched Halloween.
Well, they spray painted the leaves and stuff or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember anything about this film.
It is like watching it for the first time for Darren.
The Susan Terrell character kind of reminds me of the lady in Macabre. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got crazy eyes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to rape me. Stuck that knife in his damn chest. Damn. Damn, I can't believe this don't have subs on it.
I can.
Oh well, being as it's Code Red, yeah, I can't.
Code Red has done special features that were in Italian that didn't have subs on it.
Yeah, for wasn't it Long Hairs and the Damaged Brain? They did that.
Oh God! So them and Dark Force, is that the same company now?
I think Kino owns all Code Red now, right? Or I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I think that they probably have the rights to the Code Red stuff in HD, and maybe Bill Olsen. Bill Olsen's like a fucking shyster. I think everybody should know this at this point. But he's trying to make more money, so he probably signed the 4K rights with Dark Force, and they're doing the 4Ks of a lot of these movies that I'm sure are not going to even be noticeable at all.
Mm-mm.
So between it was like two brothers, right? I think I heard that on one of your shows, actually. The Scorpion releasing and Code Red.
Yeah. And they're not, I don't think they're on friendly terms either.
Okay. The Scorpion stuff, all that stuff looks good.
It does. Yeah, the Scorpion stuff. They do the action movies a lot. They look awesome.
Well, I've noticed that a lot of the 4K or the Code Red stuff on like this one right here is a Code Red one, the Terror Squad. I think they get these prints from like 35 millimeter. Like it says, I don't know if it said. It says brand new 2K master, so I guarantee this is from a 35 millimeter print. Because this movie in particular here was never on anything before. Wasn't even on DVD. So I think they do that a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that Terror Squad.
I hadn't either.
It was just on VHS. I don't think it ever came out on DVD or anything. It's another.
Oh, go ahead, Wes.
I was just going to say it's like another Chuck Connors movie from the late 80s.
Nice.
I was going to say, has anybody, speaking of Bill Olsen, has anybody listened to that original New Year's Evil commentary that Bill Olsen did with like the director? Oh my God. Don't. Just don't, because he ruins that commentary. He ruins every commentary he's on. He talks over the other people that are on the commentary, and he asks the most asinine questions. And you wouldn't be missing anything.
I watched that interview CKU and Uncle Bill did on it with him, and it's like dead on, like the way he speaks and shit. It's just like that. Like he kept complaining about like money, and he was like, "Yeah, all these nuts, they're worried about this and that." And I'm like, "Wow,
bitching about the DVD case."
It was like the light box as well. That guy's fucking crazy, I tell you. He come across on that interview like he was unhinged or something.
It's like a mixture of like a New York, like Boston accent mixed with like a Chinese accent or something. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that guy's nuts. Like when we interviewed him, like later on that night, and we always did these interviews on Skype. He called the Skype number back and left like a 5-minute voicemail, wanting me to edit. Like I guess he took notes to edit certain things out of the show, and I never did call him back, and I didn't edit shit.
No, if he's going to have you edit a bunch of stuff or want you to, then just don't be on your show. That's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said it too.
Yeah. Learn to edit yourself before you say something.
Yeah, and then that guy he works with, I was watching him I saw a YouTube video. He was like playing the Brock Lesnar theme and like dancing on screen. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, that guy, I don't know. I think he wants to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
He's got like these dreadlocks and stuff in, and I don't know. He does these bizarre live streams. That dude right there was in a bunch of shit, wasn't he? The coach. He looks familiar.
Yeah, I've seen him in several things. I can't think of one damn thing though. I know I've seen him before.
Let's look him up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Cause
talking of Bill Olsen, though, I remember like people were actually basically begging him to send, the DVDs and stuff because he's so unprofessional. If you complain like you weren't getting your stuff on time, he would just block you and just delete you or whatever.
Oh, he was in Con Air. Wow.
So you had people then, begging him for films and stuff.
Yeah, for a long time he didn't have a distribution for any of those movies and sold them on like Big Cartel himself. And people would wait 2 or 3 months for these movies. Some of those are they never did re-release. Like a lot of people were thinking that and it's probably so, he probably did release them illegally. He never had the rights for them.
The coach was on A Nightmare on Elm Street, part 2 as a policeman.
Huh.
Yeah, he was in Field of Dreams too. I think that may be what I remember seeing him in.
Oh, he was on one of my favorite sitcoms, Wings.
That's a funny
Wings.
one.
Yeah.
It was on USA Network all the time back in the day.
Yep.
What's the timestamp now? I'm on 31 and a bit.
I'm
30.
about 31:22.
Yeah.
I'm 32:06.
Yeah. 32. Yeah. Around the same time.
Yeah, same.
I sped mine up a little bit.
You know they got that ad-free YouTube too. Yeah, y'all tried that?
I haven't
Just as
tried
you say that,
that.
I got the ad come on.
Okay.
That's the thing about YouTube.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wasn't this on? I don't know if it's still on Shudder, but I'm pretty sure it was at one time. They had it on Shudder.
This
That's
here?
what I'm using.
Yeah, John's using.
Oh, is it
Shudder.
still on Shudder? Okay.
The subtitles are off though. Like instead of saying clock ticking, it said click ticking.
It shows that it has subtitles. I
Yeah.
can put them on, but it's not doing nothing. So I'm like, okay.
Uh-oh.
Can you believe this was actually a video nasty as well? I can't see why.
Is it?
Wow.
Yeah, I
That
think
is
I
kind of
would
odd.
too.
Yeah. Well, so is Child's Play, right?
I'm
I
not
think Child's
sure.
Play. Maybe not the
I'm
Thatcher
not
list,
sure.
but the
Oh, it
other.
might be on one of the other lists. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is going on with Jimmy McNichol here during this
Yeah.
fight? He looks like he's going to have a stroke or something.
She throwed off like a 3-neck goat. Oh, Bill Paxton. He was such a scumbag when he was young, wasn't he? In these movies.
Mm-hmm.
He looks crazy young in this movie.
Just stand there while you.
Yeah, he was the main one in. I'm trying to think now. Frailty, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of his movies. Is my favorite is Vagrant, but Scream Factory did a Blu-ray for it, but they didn't put any special features on it.
Get him. Hit that air. Shit.
Yeah, Frailty's kind of still like an underrated movie, really.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Not too
good
many
one.
people talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
great, man. Love that damn movie. For sure.
Especially
Susan
first
Terrell
time
looks-
watching it. Sorry,
Susan
go on,
Terrell
Dana.
looks like she ought to be on something for like an ad for some kind of cleaning product or something.
Yeah. Dana,
shot.
you were talking about. I saw one. I wasn't on, but you were talking about the whole Monster Vision and
Mm-hmm.
Ted Turner and all. I
Yeah.
think when that happened, and I kind of think this is tied together, is in the late 90s, AOL Time Warner, when they took over, they got rid of WCW and they got rid of like Joe Bob and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just like they just decided they didn't want to do any like horror or anything anymore. Because if you notice, TBS, they used to show like crazy shit. Like they would show like, Van Damme movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And then after the 2000s, like they just started showing like sports and like lawyer TV shows.
And
Reruns and stuff.
I hate what they did to Joe Bob's show because when I first started watching Monster Vision, it was great. I caught Joe Bob by accident. I was channel surfing late one night, came across this guy in cowboy attire who was talking about the Beast Within. I was like, who's this guy? This seems interesting because I hadn't heard of Joe Bob before. I didn't know about drive-in theater on the movie channel or nothing about all of that stuff at that time. And so I started becoming a fan of it, and I would watch it every week. But then as time went on, they made him start doing that stupid Hollywood Saturday night stuff. And I was like, this isn't Joe Bob. This isn't, what he's all about. And then it wasn't long after all of that mess that Joe Bob wasn't on anymore. I think Chore in the Corn 2 was his last show. He showed Chore in the Corn 2. I remember.
So Joe Bob was still on in like 2000, 2001. I don't remember that.
I had stopped by then too. I didn't know.
Yeah, because like USA used to have a lot of that stuff, the same sort of thing. USA Up All Night and earlier
Rondo
like
All
Saturday Nightmares and stuff like that. But it seems like that went off USA a lot earlier than then. To me,
you had Rhonda and you had Gilbert Godfrey, but I remember Commander USA. I mean, that was my shit, man. Every Saturday during the daytime, it was like he showed some of the most craziest ass damn movies.
Yeah, I mean it's wild that I think like around that time period though, horror and genre stuff was just so popular. So we're kind of taking advantage of it. I can remember every Friday the 13th when I was a kid on network television, there would be a couple of Friday the 13th movies.
Yep. Usually Friday the 13th Part 3. That was one that I would see every Halloween time. They would have that one. They would have Halloween 2.
Yep.
Let's see what else. Firestarter, Silver Bullet. I just remember all of those every year. And it was Channel 44 in my neck of the woods was what we watched it on.
USA was weird. They would show Halloween 2, but they wouldn't show 1. I remember because it took me. I wasn't until I was like 15 before I saw Part 1 because I never could see it on TV. But,
well, 1 was owned by like an independent company, whereas like 2, that's why all these like all the Halloween stuff you see at like Spirit Halloween, it's marked as from Halloween 2 because it's I guess.
Oh, did we lose Wes?
Frozen.
Yeah, we may have lost him. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on here and I
This
can
is
read
easier
it.
to last.
Came back for a second.
Oh, the lovely internet,
Oh yeah, sometimes it'll bug out a little bit.
Yeah, that was like y'all were watching Child's Play 2 last night. Like that was prime USA memories for me. Child's Play 2 and Problem Child. Every freaking weekend they play that shit.
I remember going to the theater to see Problem Child.
Oh yeah,
shit.
See, you guys were so lucky to get all that. All we got over here was like the Hammer films on a Friday and Saturday, and we get like The Omen or Jaws every Saturday or whatever, but nothing compared to what you guys got.
I liked a lot of the old Hammer stuff, like growing up. You know,
cool stuff.
Oh yeah, I grew up with it. Yeah,
the Christopher Lee stuff and damn, I'm having
Peter
a brain
Cushing.
fart. Who?
Peter Cushing, yeah.
Peter
Oh
Cushing.
yeah, exactly. I guess they're the two biggest. Shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. It's weird with the 90s because I was thinking about it one day, like the stuff they used to put on TV. I mean, I guess in a way, the stuff from the 80s, a lot of that was like, especially the action was kind of like their version of the superhero genre. Kind of like now, if you watch TV, all you see is like, you know, what is it, like Avengers and Batman and shit. It's like all they play. So I guess it's not abnormal. It does seem like back in the day, the 80s and 90s, they just played a lot crazier stuff on TV. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feels like it, but
they late at night, like I remember back when I had a 13-inch black and white TV in my bedroom that my parents had got me for Christmas. That was before I upgraded to color, of course. And I thought that was the best thing in the world because I got to watch what I wanted to watch in my bedroom after that. But I remember at one time I was channel surfing really late at night and I came across Deadly Friend. And this was on network TV, and they showed that scene where she throws the
The basketball.
basketball
Yeah.
and her head explodes and the body's jerking all over the place, and they showed it all. They didn't cut any of it out.
Yeah, I remember that shit when I was young. Deadly Friend. It was great.
Well, we lost Wes.
Some fucking bullshit. You talking some bullshit, Nana?
Steve's either had gummies or the seltzer kicking in, one or two. You had an energy drink. I'm going to have to get my energy drink.
I'll get it for you.
Well, USA used to play trauma movies, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can you imagine someone playing trauma movies now on TV?
Right. And Gilbert Godfrey covered a lot of those, from what I remember. Yeah.
Bless Gilbert Gottfried. He's no longer with us.
Right.
Up all night.
Mm-hmm.
You liked Rhonda Shear. That's who you liked.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Rhonda was straight.
They used to show sorority babes in the slime bowl bowlerama.
Mm-hmm.
We had that film over here, but it was called The Imp for some reason on VHS.
Oh, I guess because of that.
Yeah. Uncle Impy.
Yeah.
I can remember copying it and just playing the hell out of those shower scenes. You know, being like a young boy at the time as well.
Right.
With what's the Scream Queen's name in it? I can't think of now.
Actually, they're making a sequel. I'm sure it's gonna suck.
Of sorority babes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Brink Stevens is directing it, but I'm not sure. But I saw a
I think we
picture.
were talking about that last night. She sounds like she's vicious, don't she?
Gonna get something.
She is vicious.
Yeah, Steve's got scars.
Damn.
He's got scars from just about all our dogs. Well,
I used to raise pit bulls, but yeah, just got too much to deal with. Pit bulls, especially. It's just always got to make sure the doors are closed because vet bills suck.
Yeah.
So, I'm talking about other people's dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my pity mix. He's a pit bull boxer mix, so I love him. He's a good boy. You know, people talk about pit bulls and pit mixes being so vicious and stuff. He wouldn't hurt me and Steve for anything. The only thing he gets aggressive about is food. If somebody gets around his food, like not us, but if the other dogs get around his food, or he thinks another dog is going to hurt him, then he will try to defend himself. But that's the only 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Wes is going to get to come back or not.
He might have had I had outages yesterday all day at my internet, so yeah. I got Xfinity. That shit happens a lot during the week. It seems like
we finally upgraded a little bit from Spectrum.
I mean, I give this probably a 6 out of 10. You know,
I remember liking it, but I just can't remember anything about it really.
Yeah,
I remember I'd give it a 6 or 7.
It's kind of slow. I mean, it's not bad. It's like a slow movie besides the few kills.
Yeah. It did seem faster paced first time I watched it.
Yeah, same, yeah.
So maybe
and it's only about 90 minutes long. It's not too awfully long.
I saw a region B of Tenebrae earlier at McKay's. Almost got. I don't have a region free player yet, but almost got it. But I've got a Blu-ray player that can, in theory, rip Region B. I just haven't hooked it up yet. It's a drive.
You say Tenebrae like in the window case, or
yeah, it's the Region B Arrow from
window.
Yeah, it's from like 2017,
those,
I think.
Yeah, I like the way all those look.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
I still need to upgrade to the Ultra, HD of them. I've got the one you just mentioned. I've got plus I've got all of them, and they're really nicely packaged there. But now I've recently only just bought a 4K player, so I've got to upgrade them.
I need to bite the bullet on a region free. I haven't done
Fog 4K though, man.
That's fantastic, isn't it, Dirk?
Does it look good?
It's like a whole different experience with that movie. I feel like
I got it in the other day, but I haven't opened it yet.
I think that's taken from the Studio Canal rip. Print.
Yeah. It is Studio
It looks
Canal.
really nice. Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's the same transfer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, I haven't had the grease thing happen yet. I've gotten 2 more in, so
I haven't either. Are you getting them directly from Screen Factory, John?
Nah. So what I did, Best Buy, Child's Play, I went to Best Buy, I got the Steelbook. And then the Fog and Funhouse I get from bestbuy.com. Because what I do is I'll buy them. I have points and stuff, so I'll buy so many and I'll get like $5 off. That's kind of why I use Best Buy so much. But it ships the same speed as Amazon and it's free. But I haven't had any problems, but I don't know. I mean, who knows?
I haven't had any trouble, but I've been getting my stuff mostly from Amazon, so I hadn't had the grease problem or I don't know what in the heck I know Wes called it jizz, but it's like that looks like a
the seed of Chucky.
Yeah, it really if you got the standard Child's Play, it seems like all those got the jizz gassing or whatever the fuck it is. It was bad on those,
and that's just unacceptable, isn't it? Really,
no.
For them to write an email, send an email out or whatever.
Not for the price point,
Oh yeah,
right, yeah. But you pay. You expect to get what you pay for, and you wouldn't mind if they were like apologetic about it, but they were just so arrogant about the situation as well.
They really are.
It's crazy.
What's y'all's opinion on Grindhouse? Buying from Grindhouse.
No,
Grindhouse releasing.
I have many.
Yeah.
I've got Blu-rays.
About buying from them directly, Dirk. I don't think I've ever bought directly from them.
I don't think I have either.
Okay. Because pretty much everybody, like Pops and all them, they can't stand that guy because the way he treats his customers. And But I was just wondering if y'all experienced anything bad with the Grindhouse.
Diabolic is pretty solid. I always like using that.
I did until I had a bad experience with the Witch.
Oh.
I got my shit like 3 weeks later than everybody else. And I was like, I emailed that guy. We went back and forth through emails and stuff, and he wouldn't budge, nothing. And I was like,
man,
well, that's sorry.
I was kind of pissed at vinegar syndrome. Like the last couple of things I got from them, it's like it took me for freaking ever. And I was thinking, Darren, didn't you have some issues too?
Yeah, it took ages just for it to actually get a shipping notice. Once it's shipped, it doesn't take that long to get to the UK. It takes about 7 days to 10 days. And I've actually had one in like 4 days.
I think you get your stuff faster than we do. Like Severance stuff
probably,
too.
yeah.
The Severance stuff
I have on a few occasions, yeah, definitely.
It takes forever for me to get my Severin shit.
Yeah.
It's like
I think Severin takes their sweet ass time.
Like
too
6 or
busy
7
watching,
weeks. It was the last one.
70s porn, I guess.
Yeah, it took me a while to get the vinegar syndrome stuff, but I kept adding to my order, so I think I was like on the low totem pole for that.
I added one time to the order because Steve wanted to get something. He got a couple of things. I think Nightmare Weekend he wanted to add, and an enamel pen or something. There was a couple of things he added.
I think the fastest one out of all of them, for me anyway, is Kino. I've ordered from them so many times, and it comes fast. I mean, it's like...
Yeah, most of the time you'll get it the same week.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you order on Monday, you'll have it by Friday most of the time.
They don't ship
the
the UK, which
headset
is annoying.
My battery was about gone.
Oh.
I'm sending this trucker headset back, so Amazon can keep
Oh,
it.
you're not going to keep it?
No, I don't like it.
What is it? Is it battery operated? How's it work?
Yeah, it's got a rechargeable battery and works off Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the sound of it.
Right.
Which is probably where it's Bluetooth. You know, it's probably not going to sound that great.
I need a speaker in here. I've got these gigantic ass things just to listen.
Yes, I got these little cheap ass Logitech speakers. they're small little speakers, and I do that.
Are you guys all using your phone for this? Like,
no, I'm using a Logitech webcam.
Oh, right.
Same Logitech.
I'm using my
I got
phone.
my phone, but it's propped up a bit.
For the iPhone, at least, it seems like just the regular earbuds works way better than this. This thing was like $40 or something.
Yeah,
it just sounds way better, you know. But the only bad thing is like your battery will run down on the phone.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what happened to old Curly Jaws both times. That, and he was having him some gummies too. So
yeah, you got them shades on.
My wife called, and then immediately my phone died, pretty much. So I was down to 20%, but it kind of goes real quick after that notification. So
I guess old UB is over at the Mothman Festival. Is that what he's going to today?
Is that big? That's big over there on that side.
To him it is. He's the only one I know that goes.
Wow.
But I'm guessing it probably is pretty, Point Pleasant, West Virginia ain't got much else going on, I'd say.
Right.
Man.
So you're not far from West Virginia then, right?
No, we're probably less than an hour and a half.
Okay. So the big thing like that around here would be every year they do the drive-in for the Town That Dreaded Sundown in Texarkana.
That's cool.
That's the closest thing to me anyway. About 45 minutes.
You're not near New Orleans, are you? You said
I'm North Louisiana.
North.
Yeah. I'm closer to Dallas than I am New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to that, Dirk?
Was that the drive-in?
For the viewing of Sunday.
Yeah, I've been to Texarkana and checked everything out, but I've never went to the drive-in.
That would be so cool to do that.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of crazy that because all people, we got family members that was victims.
Yeah,
they have that big thing,
Crazy.
That story is pretty crazy. I was reading about it. After I watched the remake, and then I watched the original, and just like they didn't know who he was, and I think people were thinking that he could have been like a Nazi that it was like all kinds of theories on that. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
How was the remake for that? I never did watch the remake.
The remake was okay. I mean, it wasn't awful.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's like it's a decent Scream knockoff, but that's about all you can say, really.
Yeah.
It's like there's a ton. You could totally do a whole stream about like forgotten remakes, and that to me that's one. Like
Right.
you're like, oh yeah, they did remake that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't love it. It's kind of weird because it's like a meta movie because it's a remake that's about the movie. So it's like the movie happened, and it's in like Charles Sellers' son is in the movie, and it's or what's his name? Not Charles. Charles Pierce.
Oh yeah.
Charles Pierce. Charles Sellers. That's yeah.
That's silent, not deadly enough.
But I didn't like it. I thought it was, I don't know, it was kind of mean spirited, the remake. It just something about it. I didn't really like it.
I think I've talked about this before. Speaking of like Charles Pierce movies, The Legend of Boggy Creek is entertaining and everything. But if you want to watch a creepy movie that Pierce did, The Evictors is a creepy movie.
That's on the Blu-ray as well, isn't it?
What year did that come out?
I believe it is, Darren. What year was The Evictors?
Yeah. Do you know? In the 80s or 90s?
76, I think, something like that.
Oh, okay. So if it was 76, it was the year I was born. So
Look, don't hold me to that. I know it's middle to late 70s.
1979.
Okay.
All right.
And Jessica Harper is in it.
Jessica Harper's batshit crazy. And I just watched her the other day, man, and play Misty for me. I forgot how crazy she is in that damn movie.
Oh, you're talking about
Jessica Walter.
Yeah, Jessica Walter. This is the girl from Suspiria, Jessica Harper.
Okay, yeah.
And Michael Parks is in it. Vic Morrow's in it.
Wow. He did that sequel, Legend, Boggy Creek 2, The Legend Continues. That's a pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny. Mystery Science Theater did something on that. It's quite a watch.
Did I ever tell you the story about his daughter? What's her? Y'all know his daughter's name that's kind of running everything he is now?
Oh, shoot.
I can't remember. But I had a listing of like people go crazy about the Legend of Boggy Creek. Like I don't know why. I mean, it's okay.
Loves it.
I mean, I like it. It's okay. But certain people go nuts. Like VHS copies of that movie goes for, depending on which one it is, goes for big money. And there was one that I had on eBay that was like crazy rare. And it is a VHS tape from the 80s. She flagged it as like bootleg or something like that, and they took it down.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Man. I'm like, it's but what are you gonna do, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
These people get crazy possessive over this stuff sometimes. And not even the original people that had something to do with it. It's their kids or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm not getting my cut.
Oh, it's like that 4K of Legend of Boggy Creek. Come on. Really?
Yeah.
That's a gimmick. That's all that is.
They actually did a remake of that though a couple of years back, I remember. And it just looks so awful.
There was a movie Steve was talking about not long ago about Black Lake, and that's like not far from here either.
Oh, the creature from Black Lake, yeah.
Yeah.
Synapse has got
That's another bad one in a good way, like.
I always liked Legend of Bigfoot. That was like, but that's a real goofy one.
Yeah, that's on every cheap set you can find.
Yeah, it's like a documentary style, but it's hilarious.
I keep trying to upload. There's a VHS, a wrestling documentary I keep trying to upload, and I get flagged on it every time. It's called "I Like to Hurt People," and the guy who made it, he's dead. Donald Jackson. He's the guy who directed "Hell Comes to Frogtown." But there's a producer, and he flags it every time immediately. And it's annoying because I even privated. I tried to put it on private because I was going to show it to somebody, and it's not. You can't get it anywhere, but he just doesn't want it out there, I guess.
Somebody with way too much time on their hands. I don't know why they want to just sit around. It's like they're sitting there with their hand on the button, just ready to get people.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's odd. Like, some people are just weird about stuff. Like, Felcher did the Texas Chainsaw 4 release, the Scream Factory release. And there's a killer documentary. It's on YouTube about, like, whenever they filmed that, like 93 or whatever, the making of behind the scenes of that movie, which is actually more entertaining than the movie itself. I like it a lot. But they weren't allowed to use that because the filmmakers wouldn't. I don't know if it was Kim Hinkle or the director of that documentary. They wouldn't allow it, and it's up on YouTube.
Well, it could be the way he responded to me at Frightmare. When I went to talk to him, try to get you an interview. Kim Hinkle.
Was he just quiet?
He was all cool and everything, and then I started asking about that shit, and he was all, "Well, you got to talk to my agent," type shit.
Weird.
I was like, "Well, okay." And then I talked to that guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he just kind of brushed me off, whatever.
His agency, though, I think, like, when it comes to merchandising and stuff, they own all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff.
Right.
Vortex Entertainment or something like that.
I met the guy. I don't know his name. Him and his girlfriend or whatever. But
I think I want to say that I listened to some of that for the Texas Chainsaw, the commentary on the new generation, and it seemed like, I don't know, it did feel like Kim Hinkle just didn't want to. I don't know. It was almost like he just didn't want to talk about it. Like he wants to keep it close to the chest or something. I don't know. He was acting real weird because I remember they were asking him stuff and he was just kind of not really answering.
Yeah.
But
as far as the franchise goes, though, like, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise just fucking sucks. Like, in my opinion,
it does.
There's so many bad movies.
I love it, but it's not good. No, it's really not.
When I was younger and shit, I liked 1, 2, and 3. Well, of course, 1, but 2 and 3 I liked a lot. But
I think 3, I watched it again not too long ago. It's nowhere near as good as I remember it being for some reason.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You get older, you're like,
on the same as well, yeah.
So much?
Yeah, the trailer for 3 was awesome with the thing coming out of the water.
Yeah,
and the ending to that as well makes no sense at all with Ken Foray. It's just
right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was dead as shit. What the hell?
Yeah, basically, yeah. But it is it's all over the place as a franchise. But I do get enjoyment out of the 3D one. The ones I can watch is the last one was just horrendous, and Leatherface as well, the prequel. Oh my god!
I think I agree with you there. I think that Texas Chainsaw 3D is, of all of them, like, that's the one that I can kind of I can kind of watch it again if I had to.
Yeah, it's a fun watch, isn't it? It's just a fun slasher, like. But oh god, the last one as well.
I
totally agree with the deputy review of that. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just saying there were so many people trying to defend that thing on social media.
Yeah,
like I had people in groups telling me I was an idiot. Like, oh, you just don't get it, and I'm like,
what's to get?
It's a bad movie. It's just not even like. It's stupid. I don't know.
Well, it was sold to Netflix. It wasn't originally supposed to be a Netflix movie. So evidently, like, the people that owned it, they wanted rid of it.
I just thought it was funny. I looked it up. Same exact runtime as the original, 82 minutes.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Wasn't the ending credits as well about 5 minutes long as well in that film?
I don't know.
That guy didn't have nobody coming.
That out. Everything about that.
The new Leatherface guy, he didn't have nobody at all coming to his table at all.
Oh.
But they're the same fans as, like, with the last Halloween film and the one to come. they're gonna love it regardlessly. And anyone who slags it off, they can say, "Oh, you're a hater," and that pisses me off as well because it's like they're just like fanboys. They just love everything, and you know that's why we do these sort of chats and stuff. Everyone got different opinions, and it's good to have an opinion. But people like you see them on YouTube all the time. They just haven't got an opinion. They just love everything. I just find like tuning out of them.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I like the new Halloweens, but yeah, there's some stupid ass shit in those movies. I mean, especially Halloween Kills.
Plot holes.
Yeah,
and I'm probably in the minority out of this group here, but I like Kills.
Yeah, I
like Kills, but I look at it a different way. The way I look at it is, this is fucking Michael's movie,
right?
Fuck all
I
the
like
rest
what
of these people.
Yeah, Michael was fun in it.
About none of them anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know. He got 31 kills in that shit.
But when you've got Michael chasing that little Danny DeVito guy, you're just, oh my god!
Oh yeah.
Couldn't they come up with a better thing than that?
Yeah, they could have did better than that.
And it was clearly obvious it wasn't, him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and the lady with the iron, they're like gonna go beat him down.
That's the Iron Maiden of Haddonfield.
What about the car door kill? That thing was so stupid.
Oh yeah,
where she got hit with the car door and that caused her to get killed. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah. The music is definitely the best part of them. The new ones, I think,
and the masks. I like the flashback shit, and except I don't know, the Loomis shit was a little weird. He still looked good, but his voice,
comedy relief, a little bit,
Yeah.
I think that's the only way I'd watch her again now, is just for comedy, aspect of it, really.
Yeah. I like all the shit James Jude does. I like him as a shape. I mean,
yeah, I think he does a good job, and technically they're well made movies. They look good.
It's just the Danny McBride shit. I think probably adds too much damn comedy to it.
And it was like, and Anthony Michael Hall was like, I don't know, he just didn't.
Yeah,
that didn't fit.
He didn't really act. Something was.
He was annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never liked Anthony Michael Hall really in anything, to be honest with you.
I liked him in the 80s stuff.
Yeah, I liked him in like Weird Science and
Pretty in Pink, or I mean, not Pretty in Pink.
Breakfast Club,
Candles, and Breakfast Club, stuff like that. But
National Lampoon.
Yeah, National Lampoons.
Yeah.
But nah, he wasn't. That wasn't a good cast.
Is any of you guys looking forward to the new one and got any aspirations of how good it's going to be or bad?
My expectations are low as shit.
And mine are too.
I'm definitely going to watch it, but I just
I just hope he kills fucking everybody, man. And he's just off in the night, or I hope it ain't some crazy shit. Like,
it's going to be something crazy at the end.
He's a fucking robot from like part 3,
That would be hilarious.
Well, from what I heard, it's something to do with that Cunningham character or whatever. Like, there's he's helping Michael kill or something like that. I don't know.
Right, still, are people still talking about like there's going to be a fake Michael as well?
Yeah,
I read that somewhere as well.
You see in the trailer, you see there's a slit in the mouth part, in the lips.
Right. Yeah.
And
and the director wasn't even sure, like up to a couple of weeks ago, what ending he was going to go for. So that tells you another story.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I'd love to see them do a documentary where, and I know he'll never do it, but I'd love to see John Carpenter talk about the whole H2O thing, like what happened, what he was going to do, like, because that's just kind of an interesting thing, like what that would have been. Because that probably would have been like his. I mean, I feel like if he would have done that, I could have seen that being like his last like big movie if he did it, but just didn't work out, I guess.
I actually like H2O. It's one of my favorites.
I do too. I think I'm in the minority with that, Darren, because a lot of people absolutely hate it. My cousin Jed, that I've talked about, that loves horror movies as much as I do, he hates H2O. He will tell anybody and everybody, I hate that damn movie.
I think the thing with H2O is it's pretty much Scream,
right?
but with
It's,
Michael Myers.
It's a lot
Yeah.
like Scream. And then the look of Michael too. He just, I don't know.
Many faces of Myers in that one.
Right. I got fucking punk
I
rock
like
hair.
parts of it though. I mean, I like the aspect of him in that old truck or whatever driving around. Like that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
I
he
think
went all
the
the way to
ending is
California, you know. It kind of threw me off a little bit.
yeah.
Oh gosh, I just went back to the movie and Susan Terrell was licking Jimmy McNichol on his neck. That was gross. Okay.
I think that
tasty.
I think the ending to H2O like is an ending. I mean, that's like a pretty cool ending, just the way they kill him. But unfortunately, it was all, you know.
I remember when I first seen it, I was like, okay, well, that's it.
Yeah.
But
Well, I can remember though, almost immediately after that movie was over with, people explaining what happened in it. And that's what they ended up going with, really, was in Resurrection that Michael had put the costume on like an ambulance driver.
Yeah, crushed his damn larynx. And
where he couldn't say anything.
Gosh.
I want to forget about Resurrection. I want to forget that one even existed.
I think we all
Whoever y'all might be watching, you'll offend him, Danny. You know what I'm saying?
Get there, God damn. Poking Michael in the face and shit. And
if you really go back to Resurrection, though, it made no sense. Like it was almost like this was before live streaming, right? So what in the fuck? This was really before a lot of people had high-speed internet. So they were doing this multi-camera live stream sort of thing on the internet, which you could not do really then.
Right.
Who could do that? Right. So it doesn't really even make sense.
And he cuts that one chick's head off with one swipe with a butcher knife. And I mean, there's just so many things wrong,
I thought the guy that played Michael Myers in that movie was terrible too. I can't remember his name, but he was not very good.
I'd still take that over the Rob Zombie films though, because they're just like glorified fan films for me.
I don't like them either.
Curly loves those. He's all about those movies.
That blows my mind.
There's a lot of people.
What I think is funny is Rob
shit.
Zombie. He thinks that House of a Thousand Corpses is his worst movie.
That's crazy.
Really?
Wow,
that's insane.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's probably my favorite of his. Shit.
That's definitely one of the top 2 or 3, I would say.
Oh, Curly Josh thinks Halloween 78 is overrated. He's told me that more than once.
I like Lords of Salem. A lot of people don't like that shit.
I can't watch Lords of Salem anymore. Man.
I think Devil's Reject is his masterpiece. I think House of Thousand Corpses is not far behind that. But I can't really watch any of the others. I did see 31. I thought that was okay. Sorry, CK.
31, really?
Oh, it was okay.
Fuck, I hate that shit.
I could never make it through that one.
I've seen it maybe once. But
yeah, once.
31 was rough for me. That was a hard one.
It's a time waster, really.
Yeah.
I always thought though, it's not an easy watch because it's got some really crazy shit in it, but visually, I think House of a Thousand Corpses and Lords of Salem's is best. Like as far as I love the look of Lords of Salem. I mean, it's not the best movie.
It's very
Jesus Christ. I mean, that movie looks amazing.
It's just visual, and it's not spoon fed to you. It's kind of like you got to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
I just think at the end, it's really good. The only part loses me is the whole ending with the whatever the hell that was, the jerking off the preachers. And,
oh yeah,
that was weird.
I'm just like, it's like he does so good up until the end, and he just decides to just, something
popsicle
crazy.
Priest.
He just wants to offend people towards the end. He's like, What can we do?
Yeah.
Ron's
Because it
gotta
really
be-
is a good movie. Other than that, I mean,
He did a little bit too much shit that day.
Well, speaking of Lords of Salem, I hate to say this about Meg Foster because I love her as an actress, but what in the heck? I hope that the reason why she looked so bad in that movie was not because she's just that old. I'm hoping some of that was makeup.
Nah, I've seen her.
She looks rough.
Last year. She looked really bad. Really, really bad.
I think.
guessing that's- I don't know what that is.
Well, I'm guessing maybe she was in the tanning bed a lot or something like that. It's extra wrinkly.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
It was almost scary because I almost didn't know her. I was like, and Steve was
still-
like, "That's Meg Foster," and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah. Those damn eyes, though, man. They still
Yeah,
stick
you
out.
can't miss those eyes.
yeah, I always think of Masters of the Universe when I see her because she was Evelyn in that movie.
Mhm. They live.
Mm-hmm.
You see in one of the Stepfather films as well?
Yeah, Stepfather
Yep.
2.
Yeah.
Two with it.
Is it two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make room for daddy, as Steve likes to say.
Have y'all ever seen Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen it.
No.
Is
What
that
the
a
hell?
recommendation, Dirk?
Her face expressions, man, that's what kills me.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell's going on in this.
Oh,
No,
they're like,
I just
it's like
Crazy
mud
now shit.
wrestling or
I picked up on
something.
that.
I mean, she looks like she just ate a damn. I mean, drank a bottle of Drano the whole damn movie.
And she's got Jimmy McNichol drugged here. He can't even walk.
Something else I was reading up about too. The girl from Newhart or whatever. She's like 30 years old in this movie.
Wow.
So she had that love scene with the boy who was like 10 years younger than her. That's got to be kind of odd.
It's kind of weird.
that hand.
It just come right off. What kind of look is that?
That's some in his face, man.
What the hell happened?
Wow.
I'm gonna throw a rope at you.
This is like some Friday the 13th callbacks, isn't it?
Yeah. I think throwing a rope at somebody, that's probably one of the weakest things I've ever seen. You know, somebody else, though, that was beautiful back in the day that's rough. I mean, I don't know if she had a drug problem. I don't know what the deal is, but you guys remember Jenny Wright from Near Dark?
Oh, yeah.
Newhart?
Yeah.
Near Dark and
Near Dark. Oh, hell yeah.
She was in all kinds of stuff. Beautiful woman back in the day.
Yeah, she was.
But man, look, if you can Google her now, like God, I don't know. She must have had a drug problem or something.
Wow. Yeah. She. Eesh.
Yes,
Yikes.
it doesn't even look like the same person.
Has anybody looked at like current pictures of Justine Bateman? Like she looks like she's on meth or something. I don't know what in the heck's going on. With
She
her.
hasn't aged too well either.
has anyone seen the girl from Friday the 13th Part 2? The one who gets stabbed through the back? See what
Okay.
she
Yeah.
looks like now?
I've seen
Oh.
pictures
Now
of her.
that
She
is
looks
rough.
rough.
Yeah.
That is rough.
Marta Kober, I think's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was a rumor as well that something happened with her and the director, Steve Miner, and that's why he won't do nothing as regards to that film, but it's like just a bit of a rumor because I think she was underage as well. But something happened. I forget where I read that.
He might have gotten some legal trouble or something.
You see where Cunningham's hinting at a new Friday?
Yeah.
He was, but he took that down, I think, didn't he? Went in on his cameo or something.
Yeah.
I think he took that
It
down.
has to be still going ahead, though, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It all depends on that lawsuit, I guess. Whether they sort that out.
I'll believe it when I see it filming. When they're filming is when I just at this
It's
point.
really a shame, man. I mean, what has it been, like 13, almost 13 years?
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does anybody think that Victor Miller, at least in the last few years, acts like a total asshole when they interview him?
He was really cool with us, but I mean, that was a long time ago. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't really watched anything.
Because I've seen old interviews with him, and he seems pretty mellow there. But then, like, as time moved along, he must have got bitter over something. And
Yeah.
The way I look at it is, though, honestly, like he wrote that first movie and created the character of Jason. He lucked out.
Mm-hmm.
He really did, because anything that it's his character, but everything that Jason Voorhees became has nothing to do with him, really.
Right.
Because he didn't expect all that shit to happen. Adult Jason and all that.
Right.
But that's one franchise I wouldn't mind seeing another entry, though, because it's been so long, and I'm fed up with all the Halloween screens and all that. You know, this would be because it's hard to fuck up a Jason film, or it should be.
I know it'd be hard to do, but I've always wanted to see like a sequel directly right after Part 4. I
think that they could do something like that. Yeah, like have it actually set in the 80s, like a Lost sequel kind of.
You got to wonder now. Even if they get the green light, what it'll be, because you know how this society is now. They just anything is so PC. It's like I feel like if you start killing girls and I don't know. I mean, I could just see
a lot less now, and
I could just see everyone getting in an uproar about anything.
They would probably have to alter the formula a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess they kind of did in the remake, you know.
Yeah, I like the remake. Okay, it's not bad.
I think it took me a couple of watches of it before I really could appreciate it, but it's not too bad.
I wasn't a fan of it, to be honest.
You wasn't?
No.
I like the opening, and I mean, it goes on for what, 20 something minutes before the title card, and it's like
there's parts of it that are okay, but I think as a whole film, I'm not a big remake guy anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm like with Wes on the Texas Chainsaw, that is just an abomination.
Oh,
but you'd be surprised how many people love it.
I know.
YouTube is full of people who love that remake, and I'm like, I just don't get it. I just will never get it.
I don't either. No idea with that one.
I'd say the Friday, slightly better than that, but I still wasn't for me.
Yeah,
I'd like
not
to see
big
him,
on
like you
any
say.
remakes either, really, though. I mean, there's a couple that I thought were well done, but ultimately, there's none that I really want to go back and rewatch.
Right. The one I like is The Hills Have Eyes. I think that's egg to do a remake. I love that remake.
See, I've never went back and rewatched. I think I saw it once.
That's Aja.
I think I have too.
That's the same director as High Tension.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah.
I thought The Last House on the Left remake was decent.
I hated that one.
Really?
I may be in the minority.
I don't like the microphone, the microwave.
I've seen it.
Shit
I'm not sure.
at the end, you know.
I've
The
never
microwave
seen that
thing,
one.
it didn't fit in the movie at all, but visually it was a really well made movie at least.
Yeah, it don't bother me. The original though, I always thought was strange when she starts going down on old boy. You know.
But there's a lot of stuff about that original movie that never came out.
Yeah.
There are porno scenes
Damn.
filmed for that movie. And you can see, I think it's cuts of them on the Arrow Blu-ray.
I believe so. Yeah.
Man.
But you don't see a whole lot. But yeah,
I'll
and a
tell
lot of
you.
the Wes Craven X-rated stuff that he made around that time,
Mhm.
like none of it's ever come out. And I'm guaranteed, I would bet the house on Last House X-rated footage. It's out there, like somewhere.
It's been like back in 04 when I went to Cinema Wasteland and didn't know anybody. That was the first convention I went to. But the Last House on the Left people were there. I got to meet David Hess and Fred Lincoln, Mark Scheffler, Jeremy Rain. I know Wes and Aaron had a bad dealings with Jeremy Rain, but she was really nice to me when I met her at the Cinema Wasteland convention. But I tell you what, Fred Lincoln was a hoot when I met him. Like he signed my picture. He was like, "Dana, don't do it with your hands tied behind your back." That was how he signed my picture. But he was just really enjoyable. I know he had been in a bunch of porn and stuff. But he was a really nice guy to talk to. He would talk to you for as long as you wanted to talk to him.
Didn't he fall out with Wes Craven and Sean Cunningham over something that happened in that film? And they were on really bad terms because they took him off the poster and stuff like that.
Yeah, it seemed like there may have been something about that at one time.
There was bad blood there for sure. Like
on one of the early documentaries that they did, and I think he had said on the documentary that was the one movie that he was ashamed of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he did all those porn movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I thought that he did an excellent. A lot of people talk about David Hess in that movie, but to me, the most threatening looking guy, legit, is Fred Lincoln in that movie.
Mm-hmm. And when I met David Hess, I don't know how many of you guys have met David Hess. Of course, he's no longer with us either. But I got to meet him at Cinema Wasteland, and he was very reserved, very, very low key and stuff. I mean, he was nice and everything, but just not quite what I expected when I, first time meeting him. I didn't expect him to like go crazy and get up my face and start screaming or anything, but I didn't expect him to be that quiet and reserved.
He was really laid back. We briefly met him at a Horror Hound show.
Mm-hmm.
But he was fine. I mean, I think he's like a musician and stuff too, so
yeah,
probably a different sort of character than what a lot of people
I was like always amazed why he didn't go on to bigger things. He could have been like a Bond villain or something. He was superb, but he just sort of got into like a character actor, and he made some really bad stuff towards the end. But he could have really made a big time. He was superb, like The House on the Edge of the Park.
He always scared me in Swamp Thing. I remember as a kid, I was like, this was like the scariest guy in the movie with that hair.
He was best friends with Martin Coe for years and years and years after that movie too. I think that they knew each other before as well, if I'm not mistaken.
And Hitchhike is another good one. If none of you have seen that, I think they know it.
Yeah. I like that one.
Hitchhike. That's not one that a lot of people seem to talk about either.
You talking about the original or the remake?
No, I don't think I have that on anything. I remember maybe Anchor Bay released it back in the day or something.
1975 or 6, wasn't it? I think.
Somewhere around
with
there.
With Franco Nero.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic film. Very underrated.
I think that one needs a re-release. I don't think it's out on Blu-ray or anything, is it?
I don't think so.
It is over here. It's on 88 Films. It's a pretty decent, Blu-ray.
Y'all are talking about remakes. I kind of like The House of Wax. I like that movie a lot. It's just fun.
The remake?
Yeah.
With, Paris
I like that.
I can't stand Paris Hilton, so.
That's not really a remake, though. I mean,
yeah.
It kind of
it's definitely
a name.
kind
Yeah,
of like a tourist trap remake.
It is.
I
yeah,
was
it's more.
thinking, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's a
I
lot
enjoy that
different.
film, especially the way she dies as well. You know, it's a big nod to like a porn career with the old
Yeah,
Paul through
that's
the,
a good movie.
you know.
But yeah, I think they were just basically using the name because it has nothing to do with the Vincent Price House of Wax at all.
Mm.
You ever seen you watch a lot of Vincent Price, Mask of the Red Death?
I've seen that one.
I've-
yeah.
I don't
I've
think
Never
I've
bought
seen
seen that one.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Vincent Price.
The colors in it are really good. I mean, it's a Hammer, but it's.
Yeah.
I remember the colors being really good in that one.
It's kind of
I'm
crazy.
sure
They got a
Steve probably
quarantine.
has it or something somewhere.
They all got a quarantine, you know, because of the plague or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of relevant to what's been going on the past few years.
But he's
I
another
watched-
actor that hasn't done any bad movies, really. Everything he's in, he's been good. At least if it's just him, he's been fantastic in everything I've seen him do.
You're talking about Vincent Price?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's
I think movies back then were a lot different than that. Like people took them a little more serious than movies now. So he come around now, like poor guy wouldn't have a
oh
chance.
god, yeah.
He's probably rolling over in his grave. Some of this stuff.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the Crazies remake not too long ago. It's okay. I mean, I haven't seen the original in so long, but the Crazies remake, it kind of had like that Dawn of the Dead remake feel where fast, zombies.
Maybe that's why I didn't like it, because I didn't really care for the Dawn of the Dead remake either.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I think I'll be shot. I prefer the Dawn of the Dead remake over the original.
I do too.
I think Uncle
That's okay.
Phil will be watching now.
What?
I prefer the
Oh.
remake over the original. I just can't.
Mm.
Dawn of the Dead, it's just a film the 1978 version, I just can't get along with. I just don't know why. Whether it's the
Dirk doesn't
pacing.
like it. I don't think Dirk likes it either. He calls it Yawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, it is slow starting out. Like it takes, well, aside from the opening segment, it takes a while to get rolling.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just Day of the Dead, like
of the
in that
Dead's where
franchise,
it's at
and Night
for
of the
me,
Living Dead, obviously. But
I saw
Dawn,
Day
I
of the
just
Dead
can't.
before Dawn of the Dead when I was growing up.
Right.
Yeah,
And I think
I
Romero
just love
said,
that film.
didn't Romero say Day was his favorite out of the
I don't
three?
know.
I don't recall.
I can't
I'm
remember.
not sure.
Day is definitely my favorite, but I love Dawn. Dawn is just like that's classic, and that the Ken Foree stuff, man. At the end, that's so awesome when he just starts
Yeah.
fucking kung fuing those zombies. I love that, man.
Well, I
You guys
have.
want to?
I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again real quick. I think I'm kind of like Uncle Bill. He had like good memories of watching Dawn of the Dead with his dad.
Right.
And
I
I
get that.
also had great memories of watching Dawn of the Dead with my dad. And so I think a lot of that for me might be nostalgia a little bit, just at how much fun it was.
No, I mean tons of people love Dawn of the Dead. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely like I
Right.
think I'm like me and Dirk are probably in the wrong for not
Yeah.
liking it because a lot of people love that film.
Well, a
It's
lot of younger
universally
people
loved.
don't though. They can't get past the makeup effects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
See, that's what bothered me in that film. It's just the pacing and the everything else. But actually, if I do
I think-
watch it, I'll watch the Argento cut. To be honest.
Well, to me, I think the Argento cut's the worst. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard
I remember
that
I
too.
watched
But
it the one time, but yeah, I
I
like
don't
the
think I've seen
theatrical
it.
cut.
I haven't seen the Argento.
I hadn't seen it either. I don't think.
the same.
I don't think I've watched it all.
I might like it. I don't know. I might check it out.
Well, the weird thing is when they did that Anchor Bay DVD, they did the commentary with the main cast, but it was just over the Argento cut. So I've always thought it was so odd.
Why would they do it over that? That is weird.
Yeah.
They've been Day of the Dead that got ripped off so much with like The Walking Dead. I mean, every Negan, all that shit. That's all ripping off Captain Rhodes. I mean, I know they probably would admit it, but I hope that Romero's family gets paid for that shit. Cause
Oh, they don't get paid nothing. You know, they don't
No.
get paid a thing.
Don't even get paid for Night of the Living Dead, I don't think. Still public domain.
Romero's son was making a movie there. What was his name? Christian or something like that? Cameron Romero, maybe? He was making a horror movie at some point. I don't know if it ever came out.
Well, I mean, we can keep going, guys. I mean, for as long as you guys want. Although about midnight or so, I'd probably just pass out. I think
Midnight. Oh hell, I can't even wait.
I think Steve has already passed out because it's gotten really quiet in the living room. I don't hear anything going on in there. So
He must not passed out then, because when Steve goes to sleep, he snores like a fucking
he
sounds like a
does,
damn chainsaw.
he does snore.
Logs getting sold.
Jeez, yeah, loud. Well, he used to be at least. I don't know about anymore.
Yeah, try being in the same bed with him when he's doing that stuff. Man.
That's funny.
But yeah, this was fun. I will. I'm glad I
cool.
joined in, boys. I'd never seen this as a wild ass movie for sure. Butcher Baker, the Nightmare Maker.
It's you know, without subtext though, it's just completely different experience. You know. But,
yeah.
Now you got the reversible artwork on this too. I was just looking at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the night warning. I think I like it a little better.
Yeah, it's cool artwork.
I'll definitely buy it for sure.
Has anybody got anything coming up that they want to promote on here? Dirk, John?
And we got the Eurocoat tomorrow. We do
have that. We're going to be talking about Cemetery Man.
Yeah. You have to jump on Patreon. Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah, even the dollar tier gets that shit.
But next Saturday we'll have the top 5 stream. We're doing we're getting into the better years now. We're doing 96 to 2000. Top 5 movies. From any genre though. So that makes it a little tough.
That's hard.
Yeah, that'd be very difficult. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, well, that's how they set it up. I was like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's rough.
Because I've been finding myself, I'm like, damn, a lot of these picks, aren't horror. I'm like, what the shit?
Well, for me, like I can remember like horror movies and the years pretty good, but other genres, no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I can remember kind of around the time period, like I was watching, love that movie, Breakdown, the Kurt Russell movie. I was watching it.
Oh hell yeah!
I was thinking at first, I was like, well, that's like 1994, or what was and I think it was like in 99 or 2000 or something like that. I wasn't even close. So I'd have to look them up.
I think I like that better than the because I was mixing that and The Vanishing. I was mixing those two up.
Yeah.
I think Breakdown's better though.
Yeah, Breakdown's better throughout. I think The Vanishing kind of falls apart.
Yeah. I need to watch the other version, the foreign version.
Criterion, I think, has that out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I need to see. Dirk recommended Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
The other night.
Oh,
I
that's a
need
good
to
one.
watch that.
I hadn't seen that one.
That's a damn good movie with Jeff Bridges and Glenn Close.
Yeah, it's a bit of got a bit of a courtroom drama part to it, but it's really good. It's like Fatal Attraction, but just slightly different.
Yeah, there's like a rapist murderer.
Yeah,
serial.
It's got slasher elements, definitely.
What's that movie in the 80s? I hadn't seen it in a while with Kurt Russell, where he's the reporter and he's like got the serial killer that's like after him.
Oh, The Mean Season.
Yes.
That is a very good film.
I haven't seen
No one ever mentions that.
movie in forever.
Yeah,
is that out on like Blu-ray or anything?
It's on DVD. It's kind of like the Zodiac before the Zodiac came out. You know, it's that sort of
damn.
vibe. It's
I've
excellent.
seen that, but yeah, it's been forever. Probably back when it
And
came out, actually.
That again has got like slasher elements. It's like really good.
What's the name of it?
The Mean Season from 1985.
The Mean Season?
Yeah. Well,
Who knows? Steve might have that somewhere. Usually, if I ask him if he's got a movie, if he doesn't have an actual physical copy, he'll have it on a hard drive somewhere.
Did you watch Fatal Attraction? I saw Dana. Didn't you get that in?
Yeah, I got the 4K in, and I'll be honest, I love that movie. I could watch it anytime, but I'll tell you, of the 3 4Ks I got in recently with Friday the 13th, The Fog, and Fatal Attraction, Fatal Attraction's transfer was definitely the weakest of the bunch.
I didn't think that the transfer on that Child's Play 2 4K was that great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get it. So my wife's a big.
I'm gonna send mine back and kiss
Right.
my ass. I ain't giving them no money.
I only saw the first transfer. I was watching that with my wife. She's never seen it. She was just like on her phone, and that part with Chucky where he just starts going crazy. You bitch! And she's like, she looked up. She was like, "What the hell?" Because she didn't watch horror movies. I was like, "Yeah, it's scary when you're little. When you're like 10 years old, that shit's terrifying, you know."
Right.
Like I like the first Child's Play movie, but I mean, some people go just completely bonkers over those movies, but I'm not one of those people.
There's a book that Dean Koontz put out. It's called TikTok, and it's about a little voodoo doll. That, man, I wish they would make a movie out of that shit.
Oh, that would be
But
cool.
Dean Koontz, he's highly underrated. You know,
Yeah, I'll agree with you there, Dirk.
I mean,
Definitely
what
is.
they got? Hideaway. I think that's about the only movie. That and I think Phantoms.
What did Koontz do? Watchers?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did he do a film called Identity as well
From
the early 2000s?
No, I don't think so.
I always get that mixed up then because
I know that he wrote a book called Intensity.
that's why
And
then, yeah.
and High Tension was
Right.
He was gonna sue him, but he said he didn't want to sue him because he didn't like High Tension. He didn't want it to get it a recognition or whatever. I was tripped out on that. I just found that out not long ago.
That's one of those movies that when you watch it, High Tension, you do not want to spoil it. You do not want to know anything about it at all, because once you know it, it's like you're waiting for it. But
yeah,
it's crazy movie.
And I love that movie, but Steve says that he likes the movie until the end, and then that just ruins the whole entire movie for him.
Damn. I
was the opposite.
Yeah, I was
the
too.
ending.
That one was in movie theaters around here. We got to see it in the theater for the first time, and it was me and Uncle Bill and like one other person in the theater. And I don't know what the story is. It was up here in Pikeville, I think. How in the hell did they get that in the theater up here? I have no idea. But it was cute. I mean, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was I think it was number 3 in the last stream we did in my top 5. Our attention
That's
is
definitely a good one.
Another one that come out a year or two after that is Them, the French one.
Yeah.
Where they,
tell me about it.
That's a really good film as well.
Inside.
There was a lot of those French horror movies that came out around that time period. Wasn't Inside? Wasn't that a French movie too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one I watched not long ago. Trouble Every Day. Have y'all seen that one?
I haven't seen that one.
I don't think so.
They're sexual cannibals in that damn movie. That's some crazy shit going on.
I haven't heard of that one.
I
remember
think
there was go ahead.
Sorry. Wes, you can go ahead.
I was just going to mention this because this just happened earlier this week. There's a girl I work with that we talk about movies every once in a while, of course. you know, the kind of shit she talks about. She mentioned the Martyrs remake from like, I don't know when it was, 4 or 5 years ago, whenever it came out. And I was like, you know, that's a remake, don't you? You should look up the original movie. You know, it's got subtitles on it. But
Yeah.
she pulls shit up on her phone and watches it like they're at work.
They,
So about 20 minutes after I told her that, she's like, this movie's great. What in the hell is this? Because the opening, like 10, 15 minutes of that movie is just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I had to turn it off. It's like, well, you know, that's the original.
I can't even fathom why somebody would make a remake to Martyrs, because that was a film when I watched it. When I got to the end of it, I just was literally sitting on my bed and I was watching it, and it ended and I just sat there and I was just like, I was numb. I was like, what in the world did I just see? I don't even know what I didn't know how to describe it or anything. It was the weirdest feeling I've ever had watching a movie.
Yeah, that was an intense movie for sure.
That movie, Irreversible, was kind of hard to watch too. That French one.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, I don't remember if I ever got through it, but I remember a friend of mine in college was like, "Yeah, you should watch this," and I was like, oh god. It's brutal. The rape revenge stuff that's kind of hard for me to sit through. I don't know.
What's his name? Gaspar Noé or No?
Mm-hmm. And Monica Bellucci, I think, is like the main girl in it.
Yeah, he's got some crazy stuff.
I mean, the rape revenge genre or subgenre or whatever you want to call it they're all hard to watch. I don't think I've found any in that group that are easy to watch, but I think they're, and I think I brought this up before, I think they're an important part of, if you like movies in general, I think you should at least try a couple of those. They're not going to be easy to watch, but I think they're important.
Right.
Yeah, just don't take your girlfriend to watch a movie like these.
Be careful.
I think I spit on your grave. Everyone should at least watch it once.
That's
especially Deja Vu. You got to check that
out.
No.
It's a good double feature.
Oh, right. I would rather watch Savage Vengeance again with Steve calls him the Conway Twitty rapist.
Joe Bob did a commentary over Deja Vu, I think.
Yeah, and I got Deja Vu in that box set, and that's the only way I'll watch that damn movie again is with Joe Bob commentary.
That movie is almost like, it's like a car wreck. It really is, because I couldn't turn it off. I was like, what in the fuck? It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's way too long.
And it's like he couldn't edit at all.
We got to keep it all.
Yeah.
And what's shocking is like Marzarki did the original one and he did Deja Vu. It's like, what in the heck happened here? It's like when Robert Hiltzik did the original Sleepaway Camp and then he did Return to Sleepaway Camp. It's like, what happened here?
Well, I don't think they did anything in between.
I guess so. Yeah.
They forgot.
They forgot how to make a competent movie, I guess.
Was that? I saw y'all's review of the house that Jack built. Was that movie pretty rough? I heard it was kind of.
It's not that bad. I don't know what people are saying. Like they say that the house that Jack built was so hard to watch. But there's one scene. I guess is what they're talking about. But I don't know.
With the little boy, is that it?
Yeah. I never watched it. I just
there's way worse shit that I've seen.
I didn't think it was that. There's some disturbing stuff in it, I guess, but it didn't bother me.
Yeah,
I'll never watch it, and I didn't enjoy it. It's not like it's going to be another movie that I'll be, oh, let's watch this movie again.
That director too, man. That Antichrist. That's on that. the scene in that's harder to watch. I think.
Yeah, I've seen.
You know,
that.
the scissors
That's crazy.
snip
Yes.
shit. And
God, yeah.
That's,
Lars Van Triers or something
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah, that guy.
yeah.
You were talking about like when you said the house that Jack built. That made me think of that houses that October built or whatever that Steve was watching a while back.
Mhm.
I didn't like that, and he could not understand why I didn't like it.
that. There's a sequel out or something too.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
Steve's seen the sequel too, but I was thinking he said he didn't like it as well as he did the first one.
I liked them when they came out, but they're pretty. I mean, it's okay. It's
The
just
first
kind
one's
of
okay.
silly.
Yeah, it's nothing
What
special.
about the Terrifier movies? You guys
Now I
ever
like
I'm a
Terrifier.
fan. I'm a fan
Pretty good.
of the first one, and I'm
I've
excited
still
about the
not
second
seen
one.
the original.
Yeah. I met the
I
Art the
own the
Clown guy.
DVD,
I don't
but
know his damn name.
I
But I
don't
met
know
him.
if it was
Oh
the.
gosh,
I need
I'm
to watch it
forgetting his
again.
name. Yeah.
I've got it. I don't know if it was the hype online, like right when it came out. Everybody was talking about it like crazy.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And I just like. I mean, it was okay, but it's very cheaply made. I thought.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's definitely
yeah, it is because that director
low budget.
he had to do everything though.
Yeah.
Like literally, he did everything. Damien Leone.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Well, they made the All Hallows Eve. That came out like 10 years ago. And I
I
remember
still need to see that
Yeah.
one.
I had that on like DVD and I just kind of watched it and forgot it. And then when Terrifier came out, I was
Right.
like, is that same dude? Because
Same
I just
character.
kind of forgot about it. But I guess Terrifier got it more popular or whatever.
Mm.
So
He's got a bigger budget with part 2. But see, I seen Terrifier. I didn't see it when it first come out, so I wouldn't.
Well, All Hallows Eve, I bought. It was at Walmart. I remember buying it because I'm
Mhm.
always buying like Halloween-based horror movies.
Mhm.
And I remembered it. I remembered it being okay. It wasn't that special or anything. And I remembered the character.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so odd because it's different people, really, a different director, different guy playing Art the Clown.
Right.
Mhm.
But they chose to go with that character. It's just
Isn't
odd.
Tiffany Shepis in that one?
She might be. I don't know, I can't remember.
There's 3 of them, right? With Art the Clown? Or no? Am I wrong?
Well, counting Terrifier too. Yeah, there'd be 3 of them.
Yeah.
I think didn't they do a short film on YouTube like even before that anthology came out?
Maybe they did.
Might-
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they did like a 6 minute something short film.
I did
And that's
finally
what-
watch the Tales from Halloween movie, which people bragged up forever, and I thought that movie was a boring piece of shit. I don't know if you guys ever saw it.
I
I
tried to
couldn't get
watch.
through that.
Yeah.
Was
I
that
tried
the
to watch.
one?
God,
Yeah.
Is that the one with Robert Rustlers in like the first skit or something? Or
I
maybe
think
that's
he's in it.
Oh yeah, I think I'm remembering that now.
It's a lot of like independent directors in California, basically trying to rip off Trick or Treat,
Mhm.
Okay.
and failing pretty miserably. I thought it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all mind a Trick or Treat sequel? Sammy Kerr?
That would be
Oh, yeah.
interesting, Dirk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah,
It is.
I mean, hell, go for it.
Right.
I would like to see a Trick or Treat sequel as well.
Yeah.
But
I don't-
if they did do a Trick or Treat sequel, they got to get Skippy back. They got to
Yeah.
get Skippy back.
Right.
They got to kill
See-
Skippy in the first skit. That's what they gotta
When that film first came out over here in the UK, I think it was like 1986. Everyone hated it. Trick or Treat.
Really?
I loved it. I was a metal
Oh,
fan anyway.
man.
Oh gosh, I always
But
loved it.
Yeah.
I could relate to it because in school I was pretty much the only guy into heavy metal at the time. I was into
Mhm.
like a lot of British new wave of heavy metal, Saxon, Maiden.
do. Oh, yeah.
So I could relate to it. But yeah, it got absolutely panned over here, that film. And now, over the years, it's built up this really good following, cult following. And
I think it's one of those movies too that if the Blu-ray ever comes out, that following's going to get bigger and bigger because it's
Oh, yeah.
happened with a lot of other movies. Because
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Monster Squad was one of those, and There's a couple more, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think Last House on the Left, really, when it came out on DVD, because a lot of people, there was no way to watch it for a long time.
One thing I think the remakes do that are good about remakes is it brings people to the old. They want to see the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that about half and half, Dirk. But I know when I went to see the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which was horrible. But when I was in line waiting to give them my ticket, there was a couple that was in front of me, a guy and a girl, and the girl didn't know anything about the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was just shaking my head.
Wow.
It was so sad.
I don't see how. Where's she living at? In a cave?
She must have been under a rock somewhere or something. I don't know.
Well, I remember when that remake came out, they were touting it because the guy who did it, they were like, "Oh yeah, he directed all the Nirvana videos back in the day." So everybody was like, "Oh, it's going to look amazing." And fucking movie, I hate that movie. I can't stand that movie.
I can actually watch that film and get some sort of enjoyment out of it, but it's not great.
Yeah,
I would watch it over the Texas Chainsaw remake and a lot of the others. So.
I don't never want to watch any of those movies again for some reason. Even like Friday the 13th remake is okay, but I can't ever see myself watching it again.
Some of the dialogue's kind of, I mean, I don't know. What are you talking about?
If it comes on
nipple placement and all this shit.
Yeah, if it comes on TV, I'll usually put it on, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Jason is more like I don't know. He's like a survivalist in that movie. He's not really. It's almost like Rambo or something the way he acts in that movie. It's not really like Jason.
Right.
I mean, I like it. Okay. It's not. Yeah, it's whatever.
Well, they kind of took a page from Rob Zombie. Jason's like a John in it.
Yep.
Although I guess Freddy versus Jason, it's the same way. He's a John in that too.
I think that's the worst damn Jason, in my opinion.
The look of Jason and that's awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
and those
somebody
puppy dog eyes
shit all over. Shit all over Jason in that movie.
Yeah. Like a sad puppy. I don't know what the hell is going on. You got to feel sympathy for Jason and shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel sympathy for these killers. I want to just, watch them do whatever they do, whether it's Michael Myers or Jason or whatever. I don't want to sit and have some kind of sappy storyline where we're supposed to feel sorry for them.
I'm watching the interviews. That's the extras on this Butcher Baker Blu-ray. And he must have filmed them for the DVD because I swear to God, it looks like he recorded them with a damn camcorder.
Isn't there
Bill Olsen for you?
I noticed that on Code Red shit. A lot of
Isn't there a Susan Terrell interview on there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I thought there was.
Yeah.
A lot of those interviews as well, like off center as well, and it's so annoying. Some of the extras on his old Code Red discs.
It was Bill Olsen. He brought his Sony camcorder or something.
I tell you though, like the worst thing I ever saw on a Code Red disc, and I've talked about this before, was when I got the Redeemer Blu-ray. There is freaking Sparkler Head on there in one scene. There's a big bunch of green. It looks like a sparkler over this woman's face. I'm like, what in the heck? Why would you do that?
Wow.
That is such a underrated film as well. That needs like an Arrow release. That does.
Yeah.
Vinegar Syndrome.
That would be awesome.
The Just Before Dawn. I watched it like last year. His release. I mean, it looks. I don't know if that's shot 16 millimeter, but it looks. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I mean, I like the movie. But I noticed with that one, even I was like, yeah, his transfers are kind of whatever.
I think like the 80 films trying to.
I want to get rolling on here. I'm
all right.
I think my headset's dying, but it was fun. You guys continue on.
Thanks for stopping by with us.
Yeah, for sure. You all have a good night. It was fun. I will hopefully do it again.
Oh, yeah. You have an open invitation, and Aaron does too, even though he says I won't let him on here.
He's eating the Mothman's ass tonight. All right. See you guys. Y'all take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
man.
So,
Later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do y'all want to keep going for a while, or are y'all ready to tune out, or how's everybody feel? I know it's pretty late.
I can go for a little
where
bit
Darren's
longer.
at.
Yeah, I'm good.
go for a little bit if you want.
I was
Stop past
thinking
one, yeah.
maybe cut it off about 9ish. Does that
Yeah.
sound?
That's
to
fine.
do
Sure.
about
Yep.
30 more minutes.
Just I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, the Code Red stuff is, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I don't understand. So, and I just really want to know this because I don't know the history of this guy. I just kind of stumbled into his shit a couple years back and heard Dead Pit talking about him. But what is the deal with the banana suit? What is that?
I have no idea.
Is he trying to sell something, or is it like a gimmick? I don't.
As far as I
guess
know, it's like
a gimmick.
it's like a gimmick on Facebook, but I'm not sure why.
I thought
It
it
just-
came about for the first time when he started hooking up with that guy from Dark Force Entertainment. The guy from Dark Force Entertainment, like Bill Olsen shows up in this freaking banana suit, and then the guy from Dark Force Entertainment is like, "What do you say, Banana Man?" And it's just been going. It's been going from there.
Yeah, it's weird trying to like understand some of these people who own these companies. I mean, like, Lloyd Kaufman is crazy, but it's a gimmick. It's pretty clear you can see that Lloyd Kaufman is a really smart guy. He just knows that his gimmick is to act crazy. I'm sure like when he pulls the character down in real life, he's probably just like very intelligent, business savvy, but he knows that when he goes to those cons, he's got to act like Lloyd Kaufman. But Bill Olsen, I kind of feel like he's just crazy.
I think so.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think he's in poor health as well. I think some of his Facebook
I believe
posts,
he is. Yeah.
he just doesn't really look after himself or anything. I think he's diabetic, but he just eats shit basically all the time and just posts pictures of it on Facebook. It's quite sad to see, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely, when you got diabetes like I do, you definitely got to take care of yourself. If you don't, you will definitely end up in the hospital multiple times, because I'm thankful all the years that I've been diabetic. I was diagnosed like when I was 19, and I'm 46 now. And I'm thankful every day that I've only been in the hospital one time. And that was because I got stomach flu, and it shot my blood sugar up. And they basically took my parents aside and said, "You got one sick girl here, and they didn't say I was going to die or there was a possibility that I would die, but they said she's very sick." And so they said they were going to have to admit me to the hospital. So that was not fun. And Steve and I had just started dating. We'd had one date.
Man.
And then I went back home, and like a few weeks later, I got really sick. So he came to visit me in the hospital, of course.
You've got to look after yourself with that, because the mother of my son, passed away due to diabetes. I think she was 32, and she was in and out the hospital a lot. But you've really got to take care of yourself. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But Dana, that seems to do okay, Martin. You seem to have yours under control.
Most of the time, I don't even think about the fact that I have diabetes. The only time I think about it generally is when I got to give myself a shot of insulin. That's basically the only time I think about it, because I guess I've been so programmed to know what I can eat, what I can't eat, what'll shoot my blood sugar up, what won't. So that just comes with time usually.
You've got to be pretty disciplined. Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. There's a flea market off near like an hour from me. It's near a place called I-40. It's going towards Gatlinburg, and it's a place called Cookeville, Tennessee. and they have a flea market. I remember I went in there like a year ago because I was looking for tapes and shit. And right when I walked in, I'd never seen this. My wife told me it's like a thing. They had like diabetes socks for sale. I was like, what the hell is diabetes socks?
Circulation? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
But I was joking with her. I was like, you're in the fucking sticks when they're selling diabetes socks at a flea market. Like, that's definitely a Southern thing,
Yeah. It's like, I didn't mean to bring the live stream way down talking about diabetes.
No, I didn't mean to then,
But as I've always said, you guys are free to talk about anything in here.
Yeah.
So have you guys watched anything decent recently?
Well, I just watched. I was watching it last night. I fell asleep. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia or whatever. And that's like
that's the Arrow release, is it?
Yeah, it's a high recommendation from Quentin Tarantino, actually. And
right.
I was liking it. I was
enjoying
enjoying it. It's like takes place in Mexico, kind of deal. But
I was watching The Invitation, a new release with Steve yesterday.
Oh, the vampire movie?
Yes. And I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Really? I heard that's really bad.
I haven't watched it.
I did watch.
I'll
check it out.
I did watch Nope, and I liked it a lot.
What is it?
That's what I want to see.
Nope.
Yeah.
For the rating it's got on IMDb, I'm just like, really? Like 7.7? I'm like, no,
I wouldn't put it up that high.
Did y'all see it too?
I've seen it. Yeah,
I
watched it twice. Cause see, I try not to give my opinion on something unless I watch the damn thing twice. And when I watched it, okay, I was like, am I fucking missing something? So I watched it again.
I just didn't understand like how those people thought. I'm trying not to spoil it. I know it's been out for a while now, but like, I did not, because I understand what the guy OJ, the horse, the main guy who's training the horses. I get what he was doing. He was figuring out behavior of the thing. Yeah. But I did not understand how they knew, oh, we can go back home now. It's okay. Like, how would they know that damn thing was not like gonna just at any point kill them? Like, that was the only thing about the movie. I was like, why would you go back ever? You would like, if I was in that movie, I'd be like, I'm fucking leaving this area. I'm not getting anywhere near this.
Yeah, they thought it was all good,
Yeah. I've mentioned this before, and I think some of you guys have tried to kind of explain it for me. But what was the thing with the freaking monkey? It's like, why did they have to have that? I know it was kind of like a side thing or something.
It was supposed to, I think what they were trying to say is that, I'm trying not to be spoilers. I know this has been out a while though, but I know.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm fine with spoilers.
It seems like they were trying to say that like you can't control wild animals and you cannot tame them.
Yeah.
And that seemed like to be like that was a whole thing in the movie with the monkey and with what the juke guy was doing at his like big carnival thing, and then like I said, the thing, what they were trying to do. Like,
I did not like the design of that shit.
I didn't care for that either.
And then the claustrophobic scene that everybody talks about, so freaky and so amazing and shit. I was like, well, fuck. I mean, I don't understand. I just didn't get it. Like, why is that amazing? Like, I don't know.
It looked like fabric.
Yeah.
When it was like opening up, it looked like a bed sheet. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Like,
it's very cheaply it's cheaply made. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, the acting and like the music and like Keith David, like that whole beginning part, I was like, oh, fuck. Like that first 5 minutes, you're like in there. But it was a little long. I thought it dragged a bit.
It was long. I fell asleep the first time.
Yeah.
I thought it was just okay, I guess.
Yeah. I watched it. I talked to my uncle and he let me watch it or whatever. But
I haven't bothered since I seen Us. I wasn't very impressed with that at all.
I liked
so
Us.
I haven't really bothered.
I hated Us. I'm like Darren.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? And speaking
There's
of
too many
Us,
plot like things in the plot that didn't make sense and stuff.
Plot holes.
I didn't see Us
It's
all.
crazy.
I've seen clips, but I haven't watched it all the way through.
well,
Yeah.
have
I
y'all
like-
been watching that that thing on Shudder that Uncle Bill and Garrett have been talking about, the 101 scariest horror movie moments or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Steve was sitting there watching the second episode of that,
Mhm.
and Us came up there. Freaking Us came up there, and it's like, what are people thinking? Why would they put this on there?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it should even be in that category, but like there's two big twists in Us. Like the first one comes and you're like, oh shit. And then toward the end of the movie, the second one comes and then you're like, oh damn. Like that's what it was for me. I like the two big twists in it. Because I did not see that shit coming at all.
I read that I've only seen clips, but I read that the beginning, someone was talking about apparently at the beginning of the movie, the little girl in the movie, she's on the beach and they're filming the Lost Boys. She's like on the beach when they're filming the Lost Boys or something.
Yeah, it's
Is
the
that
same place,
true?
same
Okay.
location too.
Interesting.
Same exact location.
Like early on in the film, with the home invasion element, it's pretty good. I quite like that, but it just got, like you say, it just got a bit too much. Like in the end,
It's really a take, because a lot of people said it was woke, and it's not. It's not
no,
woke.
I don't find it woke.
That's not the way I interpret it at all. I felt like it was speaking to everyone, you know.
Yeah.
Us, U.S., you know, like United States. But anyway, it's kind of crazy.
But that list Dana was on about, like Uncle Bill and Garrett's video, I
Yeah.
couldn't believe Salem's Lot was so like high on the list.
I know.
Like, was it in 90 something, 97 or something like that?
So, yeah.
Damn.
I've not seen the Shudder episodes, but it kind of makes me roll my eyes when I see things like that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it can't be, apart from, it's just like an updated version of the Bravo, the old Bravo one. I'm interested to see what's on there. I'm waiting for it to come on the download.
Oh my gosh! And they got that. They've got that Rebecca McKendry on there, at least on the second episode. I cannot stand that woman. I cannot stand her because every time, and I think I've said this before, but every time she's on somebody's podcast or something, it doesn't matter what movie they're talking about. They could be talking about a movie that was made before she was born, and she would figure out some way to tie herself into it and tell some kind of great story about how great she is because she had a connection with this movie. I'm like, well, you just shut up.
Yeah.
She was the one that did Glorious, right?
Yeah, she did that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really feel like I saw her years ago somewhere. I don't know. She has like a familiar face, but it could just be because there was like 10 years ago, there was a lot of these horror filmmakers who were at these festivals I would go to, and they would just be selling their shit. Most of it was horrible. I mean, it was just like the worst stuff. And you know how the game is with that. When you're in film and working in that, if you stick around long enough, you will, at some point, you will get something out there. Like, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. So she could have been one of those people that was just like pushing and pushing and pushing because she definitely looks familiar, like with the glasses and all when I saw her. But
who would y'all say?
The same people as well, like Ryan Rotten's another one.
Yeah,
they all seem to be, talking heads in these sort of documentaries, and like Dana said before, the podcast is awful. I wouldn't recommend giving it a listen to. It's just the same old shite, just. I don't know. If you listen to one episode, you basically listen to them all. It's just the same sort of opinions. They're bigging up all the new films because they got some sort of investment in it, I suppose, with the websites and stuff.
So, who would y'all say is the the best director that's out right now? As far
Robert Eggers for me.
Eggers.
I love The Northman. That's like The Northman is like God, that's probably like top 5 movies for me in the past 10 years. Or James Wan.
I still haven't watched it. I need to. The Witch. I love that shit.
Yeah.
But y'all already know who mine is. That's why I'm not even saying it's Ari Aster. But
Ari Aster's good. Yeah.
See, I don't see enough new films to really. I can't really comment on them really because
I think I'm in Darren's camp because I guess I've gotten burned so many times that there's a few of the new ones I watch, but just not too many of them.
Because there are some creative ideas like Ty West, and he's one of the better ones. Eggers and
I think
a lot of people say
Edgar Wright as well,
but I wouldn't put him in the best.
Mike Flanagan's really good too.
Flanagan is good.
I love Midnight Mass. That's like, man, that show was awesome.
Have y'all seen that?
I haven't seen that one.
No, I've seen Hush.
I think y'all would like that for real.
Yeah.
I'll have to try
I really liked Hush. That's like
Hush is
really kick-ass slasher. That is.
That's crazy that's his wife. That's Mike Flanagan's wife.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's crazy as well. I don't think that's got a release, is it? Physical media release?
I'm
pretty sure it hasn't.
Yeah, Midnight Mass is kind of I didn't know what it was, but when I watch it's not the same, but it's got vibes of Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you like Salem's Lot, you'd like that.
Yeah.
But it's not, the plot is not what I thought it was. Like when I heard about it, I thought it was going to be like I just thought it was going to be another one of those like ghost stories or ghost haunted things. And no, it's
a 6-part miniseries on, I think it's still on Netflix, but it's
that's
one of
the
the
problem
better.
For me is investing all that time because didn't he do like Hill House as well? Big series on that.
Who?
Was it like a series he did? Hill House. Something to do with Hill House.
Oh yeah, Haunting the Hill House. Yeah.
I've seen a couple, and I was impressed with a couple of episodes of that, but I just couldn't commit the time to it really. But I should do.
I didn't care for the Bly Manor. It was a lot slower, and I didn't even watch it all.
He's definitely got potential, though.
Yeah, but Haunting the Hill House is great, man. Some of the jump scares and that shit are like some of the best I've ever seen. Like they're just the way they're set up, the way it's done. It's just shit.
Oh yeah,
you're like, damn.
As hell. Yeah. I just didn't go back to it. I wish I did. Like, just never
I
went
watched
back to it after the first 2.
I really love the show Barry with Bill Hader. It's like a kind of like Dexter almost. It's like a suspense thriller. But I feel like watching that because he directs it too. He should make a horror movie like that guy.
Barry?
Yeah, it's on HBO.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it though.
Yeah, it's about like he's a hitman and he becomes an actor, and he's trying to not be a hitman. It's dark. Like it's fucking dark. Like it's a comedy, but it is not. It's definitely a dark comedy.
That reminded me when you said that. Have y'all seen Fried Barry?
Yes.
I hadn't seen that one.
That's a crazy one. God. I don't even know what to say about that movie.
It's right up my alley, man.
Yeah, I kept wanting to see that. I didn't yet.
I don't know. I felt like that was another one that I felt like I was on drugs while I was watching it. I wasn't on drugs, but it made me feel like I was.
Right. Yeah, it's out there. I like it better than Psycho Goreman, though. I didn't really care for that.
I hated Psycho Goreman.
Yeah. That little girl got on my nerves.
Oh, bad. God, yes.
I hadn't seen that one either. Everybody keeps talking about it. But
people love it, man. I can't stand that shit.
Yep. Mike Flanagan was supposed to do Halloween 2018. He actually got offered the job, and Carpenter gave him his approval, and he just dropped out because he said, I was reading the Taken Shape book, and he was talking about how he felt like once Carpenter said he was good for it, that's all he wanted. He was like, I don't want to do it. He's like, I don't want to fuck with Halloween, so he did something else instead.
But I would have liked to have seen what he could do with it, though.
Yeah, because look what he did with Dr. Sleep,
Yeah.
Now I was like, I had low expectations for Doctor Sleep, but
Really?
I
was
did.
excited. I was excited about
I
Dr.
just
Sleep.
didn't think that he could pull it off and make people, do it justice, but he did, and that's what I'm saying. Like my expectations were so low, and then to see what happened, I was like, oh shit, hell yeah, man,
See, The Shining's probably in my top 5 films of all time, and I've never watched Doctor Sleep, and I'm kind of finding it hard to, because I know
I feel
nothing's
like
going
I had to go see it, just to see.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing's going to live up to that,
No, hell no. But
so I'm thinking I'll be disappointed before I start. But it's one I will get around to. I just don't get around to all the hype films. I don't know why.
yeah, no, it's what do you call it? I don't even think of it like a sequel to The Shining, really.
Right.
When I look at it, the way I look at it, it's completely not what you expect. Let me put it that way.
It had so many additional things with
Right.
like I was blown away by them having the group of people that took the stuff from the kids with the powers.
Right.
I mean, I thought that was ingenious to put in the film.
Yeah.
Another thing with me is I don't like Ewan McGregor. I just don't like him in anything I've seen him in.
Oh, really?
So it kind of put me off. Yeah, kind of put me off. He's all over TV in the UK, but
yeah, I can
no,
imagine.
that put me off.
I'm glad to see that Ty West has come back because it was weird to see him come back. He just kind of you remember how that was back like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It was like there was a group of guys, and I think y'all had talked about this or something. Like it was like Adam Green, Ty West. It was all those guys, Eli Roth, and it was like if you were into horror, everybody was like pushing those guys, like Fangoria. It was almost like if you didn't like them, like it was like a thing, kind of like how A24 is now, right? It was just pushing it. And he kind of went away because like he didn't do, what did he do past the Innkeepers? I don't know if he did a movie since before it. Like after the Innkeepers and before X, he was like vanished,
Yeah.
House of the Devil still, man.
I love House of the Devil.
Yeah. I got to see The Northman, though. I keep.
Yeah.
I guess I need to watch it, John, since you really talking it up. Now, Steve sat down and watched it, but I was, of course, busy and didn't get to sit down and watch it with him.
I did not want to like it because I love Conan the Barbarian. Like John Milius, like Conan and Conan the Destroyer, I fucking love. That's like my childhood. Yeah. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, man, this is just a Conan ripoff. But when I watched the movie, I mean, it's honestly, it's one of the best movies I've seen in like 5-10 years.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of if y'all remember the movie The 13th Warrior it's kind
Antonio
of like a better
Banderas.
Yeah, it's almost like a better version of that movie. Like and I like that movie, but it's better made,
I know it looked good. The scenes that I saw, I mean, it looked fantastic.
It's got an insane cast. I mean, of actors and actresses. I mean, Ain't Charlize Theron in it? Or no?
Was it Nicole Kidman? She plays the mom. Okay. And the main guy from True Blood, or the blonde guy from True Blood, Eric.
Skarsgård.
I mean, it's definitely, you can tell they were influenced by Conan, but it's not the same thing. It kind of differs a bit.
I was thinking it was going to be more like, did y'all ever watch Vikings on the History Channel?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be more in them lines, but it's not.
I don't think I've ever seen an Eggers film. Would you recommend watching The Witch first, or?
Yeah, The Witch is awesome.
Yeah, that's one I think I would like it.
It's
I like
folklore,
a good slow burn.
Yeah, folklore, old period piece, but man, it's really great.
Darren, I've got one name to say to you in connection with The Witch: Black Phillip.
Yeah.
Black Phillip. That's all I'm going to say. I love Black Phillip in the movie.
I just like that Robert Eggers doesn't seem to I don't know what I notice about him, and even Ari Aster is they're just filmmakers. Like they don't seem like fanboys. You know how like a lot of these guys that make these movies, they're just like fanboys. But I feel like with Robert Eggers, when he makes a movie, he's just making a movie. Like he just has got talent. He's not trying to copy something.
They're purists when it comes to filmmaking. And I always want to like the fanboys, but I never end up liking the fanboys because you would think they would make a great film, and then usually those films end up falling flat.
Like Eli Roth. I mean, Eli Roth is a super smart guy, but I feel like he just can't. I don't know. I feel like he's a great historian, but as a filmmaker, it's not my thing.
Yeah, because I had
that history of horror stuff.
Yeah, I disliked Eli Roth for a long time. I was on the same train with Dead Pit on the Eli Roth hate, and then Joe Bob had Eli Roth as a guest on the last drive-in, and I was like, I guess that was the first time I ever really listened to what Eli Roth was saying, and he knows his movies.
Oh yeah,
he definitely knows his movies, and so I have a greater appreciation for him now.
Have y'all ever heard of this movie? It's called The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover.
I think I have.
It's familiar.
Ari Aster said that movie influenced him to become a filmmaker.
Interesting.
So I was just wondering if y'all ever seen it, because I still haven't seen it. But
I've never seen that one. But with your Eli Roth thing, I was kind of like early on. I really like Cabin Fever. I think that's a good film. Wasn't a massive fan of
Fever was decent.
The only one, Cabin Fever ain't bad.
I like Cabin Fever. Yeah,
my favorite one from Eli Roth would probably have to be Green Inferno.
Really?
I'm surprised by that, Dirk. I'm really surprised.
I hated the Green Inferno.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't even really watch Green Inferno.
It's not Cannibal Holocaust, but it's his love letter to Cannibal Holocaust.
Right.
That's why I like it, really.
But that's like all his films, isn't it? It's a love letter to something or other.
Yeah, he's a
and
fanboy.
Like Dana said, if you actually go on Stitcher and look at some of the podcasts that Eli Roth does, they are superb to listen to. His knowledge, like Dana said, is just incredible. Yeah. But the fanboy thing, Adam Green being another, they just can't seem to put it onto film. Right. Obviously, you get, Dirk likes that film and you get fans of the others, but they're not. You don't talk about them now, do you? Like Ty West is being mentioned now, or Robert Eggers, or Adam Green. Who knows now? I think he got a podcast, but that's about it. He's fell away. So they're all the fanboys.
Yeah, Adam Green's best movie to me is Frozen.
Frozen by a mile. Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's the only one I like of it.
That's nothing like any of his other films.
Yeah.
It's excellent film.
It's pretty realistic, honestly.
Yeah.
Very I was taken aback by it, But then you see some of those Hatchet sequels. Even Hatchet, the original, I don't like, but that Hatchet 4, it's like it was made on like $50 budget. It's
I do like the Felissa Rose kill, though.
Yeah.
Right, okay,
Cell phone.
Well, I'll tell you my favorite thing that I like that's Adam Green related is that Holliston show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know, people might look at that and say, oh, you just like it because he got with Kane Hodder, and Kane Hodder's on some of the episodes. But no, I think it's a really entertaining show, even without Kane Hodder.
He brought Gore on there, and what's his name? It's like alter ego or whatever.
Oh,
is Dee Snider on it too?
Yeah, I think so.
And Danielle Harris was on some episodes.
And Tony Todd.
Yeah, wow. They pulled a lot of people in on that show.
Yeah,
Gore was here last week at a place called Brooklyn Bowl. They played. I didn't go, but a friend of mine went. I was like, God, it's like on a Sunday night. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, I ain't going to that shit.
I don't love the Hatchet films. It's just, where it takes place, I guess, is why I could still probably watch it,
Mhm.
in New Orleans or whatever. But
I love the first one.
I don't know. It failed for me, the first one, because I didn't really get the comedy. I didn't think it went within, well with the slasher element. I thought two different things, but I can get why people like it. But then you've got that gradual, like part 2, part 3, part 4. They just go slow. Well, not even slowly. So badly downhill. It is unwatchable, that fourth one. Unwatchable.
At
To
the
me,
same time,
but
I'm not in a hurry
other
to
people are
put
different.
it on though. I got so many damn movies to watch.
Me too.
Yeah, Hatchet. I used to put that on. That and that it was like, for some reason, I don't know. I was in college at the time, and I was about to graduate, and I would watch. I'd stay up all night, and I remember there was a period for like a month. I watched Hatchet and Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. I watched those like back to back, back to back, and I got to where with Hatchet, I could fucking quote that whole thing getting it in. So like for me, I like Hatchet, but I just don't. I don't know if I can watch it again. Yeah.
Well, that's what I've said on more than one occasion. I know when I've watched a movie or a series of movies in too close succession with each other, because what happens is I start tuning out. I start looking out the window. I start looking at my phone. I see Steve do it too. He looks at his laptop and his phone and stuff like that. That's how you know that you've watched it too many times, when you can just kind of tune it out and it's just there in the background. I do that with Friday the 13th films all the time.
Yeah, and Halloween's the same for me. I got to a point where I haven't watched those films now for 5 years, something like that. But now I'm getting in the mood again now. I want to watch them all again. So that's good, I suppose. But you've got to have a long break, otherwise, like you say, it can make a really good film ruin it for you.
Yeah, I find myself getting bored, I guess, because it's like, I've already seen this.
I was like that with Nightmare on Elm Street original. I watched it so many times that in the end, I could quote every line. I just thought, nah, just stay away from it for a while. I could watch it again now, but
yeah. I saw that in theater not too long ago. It was local. It sounded awesome. They had a print at a local theater, and it was like they had an HD mastering of the sound. It sounded awesome. Like that was the first time I'd really, because I knew the soundtrack was good, but man, that was the biggest thing I took from it, was they did a good job with the mastering of the music and stuff in it.
Right.
Oh, it still plays well on the big screen as well, because I've seen it on Halloween a couple of years, 2-3 years ago, and it still plays well. But it's not my favorite of the series, funny enough. I've always been like a part 2 guy. But it's those films are all over the place as well.
Out of the nightmares, it's got to be 3 for me. So
see, I love part 3 growing up. It was probably my favorite growing up. Yeah. And I watched the thing a lot. And since I rewatched it recently over the few years recent, I just doesn't do it for me. I don't know whether it was a nostalgia thing when I was a kid, because I loved all the docking and the video, the music video and all that. And I don't know why, but it just doesn't seem to do anything for me nowadays. Like,
yeah,
I may be in the minority here, but I love part 4.
I do. I like
Dream Child.
Oh yeah.
The Dream Master, and then
Dream Master.
5. I don't mind. That's
I always mix those two up.
Yeah.
The titles.
I don't mind the Dream Child. I don't mind part 5, but I know a lot of people hate that one, and they hate that kid in it.
5 is entertaining.
That weird looking kid, yeah.
Well, I should say 6 was the worst. But
yeah, it was the kid in Jurassic Park. The one is the same kid, because Sam Neill's like acting like the raptor, like when he's messing with him, because he's got that weird face. Yeah.
I was thinking, is that this? How many of y'all have seen Mikey? Remember that movie Mikey with Brian Bonsall in it?
The Killer Kids film. I've never seen it, but I've always wanted to.
I was thinking that kid from part 5 of Nightmare on Elm Street was Mikey's friend or his neighbor or whatever in that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's the same kid.
Maybe.
That's like recently had a Blu-ray release, haven't it? I say recently, a couple of years ago.
I need to get
upgrade.
it. I haven't gotten it yet.
I've got
I
the
think
VHS
MVD
of it,
did
but I've
it.
never seen it. Sorry, go on, John.
Oh, so I think MVD may have done it. I didn't get it.
That's
but
right, yeah.
Yeah, I think they did
I
it.
believe they did, yeah. Well, guys, we went 5 minutes, or actually 6 minutes after 9. I was just looking at the time, and it's been a blast. I had a fun time with all you guys, and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
we'll have to do this again. Like I said, you guys all have an open invitation to come on anytime. All you got to do is say, "Hey, Dana, I want to be on," and I will definitely have you on. We haven't had one bad person on since I've been doing these on StreamYard and been able to invite people. So I haven't got burned yet. So
Yeah.
I say everybody's got an open invitation until somebody shows me that they can't behave on one of these, and then
Yeah. Somebody starts showing their ass.
yeah. But again, I'd like to thank everybody for being on the stream with me. John, Dirk, Darren, CK, if he watches the rest of this later. I want to thank everybody that was in the chat. I think we had like fluctuating numbers. I kept watching the number. It would go up to 7, then drop to 4, go back up a little bit. So I think people have been just in and out. But I want to thank everybody that was in here. Any final thoughts from you guys on Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker?
I love it, man. I love it.
It's good.
It's hard to watch it like this though,
right?
Without dialogue. It takes because there's some heavy hidden subject matter in the movie that can't be made today. Put it that way.
I'm gonna basically have to go back and rewatch it, with the headphones on and all that to make a proper evaluation. But yeah, it seemed fun from what I've seen.
Same. I feel like I agree. I feel like there's probably some missing stuff in there that because if you're just watching with subtitles, it's kind of a different vibe,
right?
For sure than I remember.
Well, I want to remind everybody that that's in here, and you guys are on the stream with me, that I think the next Saturday watch along will be Savage Streets, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the first Saturday in October, we're doing Maximum Overdrive. That was old Curly Jaw's pick.
Wow.
And then the first Sunday of October, we're going to be doing Don't Go in the House, which was Texas's pick. I mistakenly said Darren for like 2 live streams until they
I love that film as well. You have to get Steve to come on for Savage Streets. I think that'd be, and hopefully get the Dead Pit Boys on as well. That'd be great.
Well, I'll see, but like Steve is very silent, so I'm thinking that by now he's went to the bedroom and he's probably just out.
Y'all met Danny Steinman, didn't you? Or was that? I've heard CK and Uncle Bill talk about it.
I think the core group, like the Dead Pit Boys and Steve, I think they had met him initially, but the Fright Night that I saw Danny Steinman at, I know, bless his heart, the poor guy wasn't in good health at that point in time, because I don't think he was around much longer after that convention. But he seemed really grouchy, and he, like, the Dead Pit table was here. Danny Steinman was here. And a lot of people naturally were coming up to Dead Pit and wanting to, interact with the boys, of course. And Danny Steinman kept like hollering over to Wes and Aaron to tell them to keep people away from his table. I mean, that is basically that's all I heard the whole weekend or the day that
I heard with that as well. He kept falling asleep at his table. He was in that poor health.
Wow.
So that was quite sad.
It sounds like what's her name from Friday 5? It sounds like one of the characters out of Friday 5. Just kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, he was not happy with the, and I understand he wasn't feeling good, um, but maybe I hate to say this after the guy's done passed away, but maybe you should think about maybe not coming to a convention if you know you're not feeling good, because he obviously shouldn't have been there. Because if you're falling asleep at your table, if you're biting people's heads off and telling the guys next to you to keep people away from your table, and he was doing it constantly. I think I heard him 2 or 3 times
Wow.
say, "Can you keep all these people away from my table?" It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you're at a convention. It's like there's going to
The
be
thing is,
people everywhere.
he was pretty bad, but like doing that as a director as well, he was quite hard to work for to be an actor in any of his films. Most people say they had a terrible experience, like so.
So, guys, I know Darren's probably going to have to get to bed here soon. So,
But battery's on 15%.
My internal battery's starting to wear down in my body, actually. With this long haul COVID, I would not wish it on my worst enemy. I would not. And of course, I'm still battling the HR department with my place of employment, and I don't think Monday's going to go very well. I may not have a job after that, but I'm not going to take it lying down, though. I told Steve, I said, if I have to get an attorney involved, because technically, if they terminate my employment because I won't come back into the office, that would be discriminatory because of a disability, because long haul COVID is considered a disability now. So
if you was in the UK and you've still got doctor's notes, they can't touch you over here. If it was over here, I don't know what the law's like.
The problem with Kentucky is it's an at-will state, which freaking sucks, because they can basically, they don't like how you have your hairstyle, they can fire you. But the thing is, they can fire you for stuff, but if they fire you with cause, it's got to be legal. Right. They can't just say, well, she wouldn't come back into the office, so we fired her. Because it's not like I'm not working. I'm working Monday through Friday every week, and I'm working my ass off.
I can't see how they can do anything, really. As long as you're willing to work.
Right. They keep telling me.
The thing is, you're going to end up...
Sorry.
You're obviously not very well yourself. Like, you're going to pass that on to other people as well. So it's crazy. Go on, sorry, I didn't mean to overtalk you.
Well, the thing is, they keep telling me over and over again in my discussions with HR is they keep saying essential duties. And they say, you have to be in the office because you still need training. What they're really saying is I need to be under constant supervision from my supervisor and my manager at all times, because they keep telling me I'm underperforming behind everybody else on the help desk, which is a lie, because I've been keeping up with how many tickets I've been doing. I've been doing close to 300 or over 300 tickets every month that I've been working from home.
Wow.
And I was doing like 5 tickets a month when I was working in the office. But they're just not having any of it. The other thing they say is you have to be there because you might have to go to somebody's random desk and, take them a mouse, take them a keyboard, do something. And I said, well, I said if there were big projects going on, of course, now that was with the mental health issues. They didn't like the mental health issues. Now we're moving into this long haul COVID. So my doctors basically said in the paperwork, I cannot be around anybody for my safety, for their safety.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I don't know what they're going to do with it. I'm sure they're going to push back.
They're kind of risking a lawsuit with that. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
You would think, you know.
But Steve wants me, bless his heart, I love my husband. I've said that over and over again, but he says, just drop it, Dana. And if they tell you to go back into the office, go back into the office and work and wear a mask or do whatever. I said, Steve, I said, I would never be able to forgive myself if somebody that was older or had a compromised immune system like I do, and they ended up in the hospital and died because of me, because they forced me back into the office. I've said, I am not doing that. I will not have that on my head for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to look out for number one with those things. These companies are, I mean, you be loyal, but yeah, you got to be. I've been burnt too many times with shit like that. You just got to look out for yourself and do what's best for you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just take no shit. Just stick to your point and just see how it goes.
I worked for other people. I mean, it's a completely different thing, but I've been a painter working for other people for 20-something years.
Mm-hmm.
And then just one day, I got like 3 side jobs that were pretty big. And then I said, I'm going to do this shit myself.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know, got my LLC and made it happen. You know, nice.
But I'm not gonna keep going on and on about it. Steve says, you go on about it too much, Dana. Just let it go. Just let it go. But it's really angry inducing.
The micromanaging shit does get us annoying. Is all I was saying.
Sure does. So again, I'd like to thank all you guys for being in here. You always have an open invitation to come on here. And of course, we'll be doing the last Argento versus Fulci this coming Tuesday. We'll be doing the Cheese Extreme Wednesday. Yeah, got quite a few things coming up, and I might come up with some surprise thing. You never know with me.
Well, I think I'm fixing to go live. If I don't know if either one of y'all want to do anything. Up to you.
Man, I would. I gotta go get some dinner.
I've got to eat something.
I'll watch though later for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I need.
Yeah, I'll try and hang around and watch, but it's like 20 past 2 here now.
I got you. I was just inviting.
I'll certainly be up for doing something in the future, Dirk, if you want.
Yeah,
definitely. I'd like to get on at some point. Yeah,
we're just gonna BS and show off some shit we got. You know.
I just want to say it's been good talking. It's been good talking to John.
Yeah.
And
having John on here, and
I think it's the first time I've properly spoken like to CK on video, so that's good. Yeah. I've enjoyed it.
And having Dirk on here, I haven't had Dirk live on my stream. He's been in the chats, but
are y'all on the Discord ever?
What's that, John?
Do y'all get on the Discord much?
I haven't gotten on to it since the first time. CK sent me the link, I think.
A lot of us talk it's like me and Ryan and Stuntman Mark and CK's on there, and we'll just kind of bullshit back and forth and send stuff sometimes. But I usually use that more than.
I usually watch that on my phone a lot, but I should get involved a bit more, which I will.
Yeah, I've gotten on there a little bit, but
I've seen Dirk on there as well. Yeah.
Well, boys, I'll just say, as I always say, I'm going to skedaddle on out of here and get me something to eat. And I will see everybody on the flip side. Thank you guys once again for being on here with me. And everybody have a good night.
All right.
And Darren, have a good morning.
I'll see you for the podcast tomorrow.
Yes, you and Dirk. I will see you then.
Y'all take care. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.